Hello, everybody. It is I, the narrator, and we are back with the Benefactors, episode 2. We're going to get right into it. Our adventure opens up today with uh, everyone having been recovered from their various rooms of challenge. There were varying degrees of success and failure, and we're going to just get right into the situation and let the characters decide how they want to address what happened. So everyone of our adventure party, the ones that were both conscious and the ones that are now slowly waking up from being unconscious, they're awakening into a large medical facility. And what you see when you either materialize or awaken from your brief unconscious slumber is a woman in a lab coat. And you see that she's standing over Weapon L, who is still unconscious, the only one that apparently is still unconscious. And she looks like she's doing some type of medical treatment on him, doing some types of scans. You also see a teenager who looks like he has some type of weird implants in his body. And he's doing some type of diagnostic scan using some type of uh, machine. And they're clearly checking on Weapon L to see what's going on with his vital signs. They're completely distracted. So as you all wake up in your various beds, uh, it's spread out in like a large room. Everybody has their own bed, and usually there will be sheet covering if this was like a hospital, but I guess they don't care about that here. So you can all see each other, and if you have anything you want to say to each other or to the woman and the teenager working on Weapon L, this is your chance. What do you do?
Who's the teenager? I'm talking to the lady. Who's this kid?
We're busy right now. I don't have time to do introductions. We'll all introduce ourselves to you in a second, but right now we're trying to check on Weapon L to make sure he's okay.
What's wrong with him?
He hasn't woken up. If you look around, everybody else is awake.
So
We're
he's
just
weak.
trying to make sure he's all right.
Sound
Anybody
sound
get
like
the number of
sound like
that
he weak.
gorilla?
So Dexter looks irritated, and he stands up and he says, "You know, my mother raised me to respect my elders, but Mike, you almost got us killed, man. What was going on with you antagonizing a giant gorilla with guns?" So Mike
Full name.
kind of looks at him. Mike Baxter looks at him. Get out of here, kid.
No, I'm with the
Mike,
kid. You got me shot and you got me whooped in front of the board of education back there. I'm a little pissed.
Hey, uh, um, I'm going to ask the kid, what is his name? Hey, kid, so what's your name?
sorry, I'm a little busy here. We'll get to you in a second, okay? We're a little busy. We're trying to check on Weapon L. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. We'll get to you in a moment.
Well,
Yeah,
it's obvious that he's pretty weak and he doesn't deserve to be here.
that's not
So
your job that's not your job to determine. We're judging everything
my
from outside.
job, my job is to determine who is a threat around me. And apparently he's not it.
What does that have to do with what's going on right now?
We you sitting here involved in what's going on right now.
Okay,
It
well,
means
whether if he's not a threat, then you shouldn't be concerned, then should you?
We talking amongst ourselves.
No.
Listen, kid.
Outside of the game, he just asked me a question. What are you talking about?
I'm going by what I'm hearing inside the game. Main line
No,
is responding, listening to what the henchman is saying.
the henchman is asking the kid a question.
Your mom killed me.
And I'm telling him that he appears not to be good enough for whatever it is that they're trying to hire us for or get us to do.
Your opinion is duly noted. Anything else? I got a job I'm trying to do right now.
Let's move this along. Can we talk to find out why we're actually here? I'm not injured, as you see the where one of the shurikens hit him across the cheek, begin to heal.
So the woman slowly stops what she's doing and she turns around. You can see that she's somewhat of an attractive woman. She has glasses on, blonde hair, and she slowly saunters over to you and she says, maybe you don't understand, but you don't actually control how things go around here. Could you be a little bit patient, please?
Patience.
We just got jumped for no reason.
Exactly.
These not appropriate questions? Are these not appropriate questions? We got teleported here based off of some magic envelope we got in the mail. Then we got jumped by a bunch of clowns twice because of Baxter. Now we're trying to find out. We're trying to find out why Weapon L laid out.
Don't blame me for what happened.
They're trying to find out why Weapon L is laid out. Like, yeah, we asking some legit questions here.
Is that what happened? Is that what happened in your where you all went? Because I didn't see any of that. I don't know what happened. All I know is it was some ninjas who thought
hey guys, look here.
They could handle me and got something else.
Hey guys,
me and Slate handled it on our end.
Oh, goody for you guys. I got jumped by a monkey because of Mike Baxter over here. Me and Dexter and the big guy, he just whooped on us. We didn't even get to talk to the board of directors over there to find out any information. He just antagonized the monkey, and next thing I know,
I don't think we're in the talking phase. I think this is more the fisticuffs phase. Or at least it was.
This is what I mean. This is Dexter talking. We don't even know exactly what's going on. We get into a room. Baxter over here attacks a giant or threatens a giant monkey. It was a room full of who looked like powerful guys in the room. We could have sat there and had a conversation, and instead everybody wants to get into a confrontation. And now we're in the medical facilities, and instead of talking it out, you guys are getting confrontational again.
Quick question. Who's getting confrontational? We asking.
By the way, I'm gonna. Gray Lion offers his hand in a fist bump to Dexter. Good job in that fight there. By the way,
you all got jumped by a giant monkey. Did it fling any poop on you?
Good one. Good one.
Nick called and intervenes. He says, "Gentlemen, look, we've all had
speaking in the third person, like we see you right here, bro.
We obviously had a experience. I don't know if I call it traumatic, but the lady obviously has something that she has to do before she can get to whatever it is. So if we exercise just a little bit of patience, I'm sure, Miss ma'am, what's your name again?
I didn't give it.
Okay. Well, then I tell you what, we're gonna all sit here, wait for you to get done, and when you're ready to give us whatever is coming next, instead of making things work, we'll try to make things better.
I agree with Halden.
Nick called and roll an ego check.
All of us?
I said Nick Halden, rolling ego
Yeah,
check.
I thought it was.
I rolled a 10.
You add your ego score to that.
I rolled a 12.
All right. What's you guys' ego defense?
Minus 12.
I'm 14.
How's your ego you said yours is 12, Slate?
Yeah.
All right, that's a success. What about you, henchman?
Uh,
What was that?
Say my ego defense,
Yes,
12.
that's a success. Main line,
14.
that's a failure. Gray Lion,
Well,
that's a success. Um, that's the failure on Remedy. That is a failure on Kiri. No, I'm saying that's a success on Kiri. Make sure you're keeping track of this. That is a success. I'm sorry, no, that's a failure on Breaker. That is 1 second.
Come on,
That is a
Kiri,
failure.
the ninja
That is a
punching bag.
failure. That's a failure on the woman with the lab coat. That is a success on Dexter. And where is that guy at? That's a failure on the teenager as well. All right, so the woman takes a look at Nick and Slate and says, "We appreciate it. We really have you guys' best interest in mind, and we understand that you're confused. But please understand, if you look at everything that's taken place, it's pretty clear that it's not our goal to kill you. We're looking to work with you. So give us 1 second." Then you hear the teenager yell out, "Oh my God, we are going to be so freaking rich." And the woman turns around and looks at him like, "What?" He said, we'll have to talk about this later. It's time for us to get started." Then you guys look at a corner of the room and you hear this huge yawn. And you see Paladin has awakened as well. He gets up, puts his shirt on, and starts walking over to the woman and the teenager.
Have a
He
nice
said, "What's
nap,
this?"
Paladin. After me and
What'd
Slate
you
had to
say?
whoop you up.
Say that again.
I said, you have a nice nap, Paladin. After me and Slate had to whoop you up.
So Paladin just looks at you and smirks and says, "You really think I was going all out in that fight?"
I'm not the one that just woke up from the nap.
Okay. Hey, listen, I like your style, mainline. It's cool.
It's all good.
And it gives you a salute. And so then the woman looks at him and says, "Yeah, did you have a nice nap?" He said, "I think you just upset you didn't get a chance to take advantage of me in my sleep." And she says, "Well, not this time."
Oh,
oh
oh,
wow, all
oh,
the innuendo here.
saucy.
There's plenty of beds in this medical facility.
Yo, but
Have that one.
ain't no curtains, bruh. Gray
The,
Lion, ain't no curtains.
the henchman begins to retch.
All right, it's time for us to get started. A door opens up, and the same familiar reddish color, and the mechanical sound starts, and it swings open. "Please proceed into the door. We'll be joining you. We'll be following right behind you."
I'll walk through first this time.
Okay.
All
The
right,
henchman walks through.
I'm behind the henchman.
All right. Um,
I'll go next.
okay.
They called him.
By the way, did Dexter leave me hanging on a fist bump?
No, he fist bumped you, but
Okay.
he's still upset. Dexter goes ahead and walks through. You see Kiri and Remedy walking through. Kiri is kind of holding Remedy up. Uh, she still looks to be a little distressed. So those in the room know why she's distressed, but none of you do. But they walk in together. They appear to have some type of bond. Uh, they go through. I'm assuming everybody else walks through as well.
Yeah. I'll walk through next.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody
As
walks
do
through.
I.
Cool. Everybody walks through. And like they said, Paladin and the teenager, as well as the woman, they also walk through. So you all materialize into the room with the gigantic stage, and all of the benefactors are still sitting at the tables, the meeting table. And Victoria Hand is there as well. Paladin, the woman, and the teenager all walk towards the table and take their spots at the table. You guys have anything you want to say?
Is there any more tables any more chairs at the table?
There are 10 chairs, and Victoria Hand is standing next to the table.
So all the chairs are filled.
Yes, all the chairs are filled.
Right.
Everybody's sitting
Well,
in it, or
I,
sitting on their chairs in some form of fashion.
okay. So now when I'm in, I sit up there. I yell at them. You like that? You like that?
They don't even
I'm going to yell back, hey, they have an attack gorilla. You don't want to piss them off.
they don't even pay him any attention. They
Oh,
just all get
the
they
Kirk
all
Cousins didn't work.
You should have said,
what,
"Are you
what was
not
that?
entertained, henchman?" That's what you should have said. Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
They don't seem all that impressed, and you can't really tell if it's because they weren't impressed or because they're trying to maintain a state of uh aloofness, where like they don't want you to know what they think.
Well, we've gathered they don't want us to know what they think. They'd put hands on us, but ain't told us why we here yet.
Are you saying this out loud, or are you saying this in your head?
I'm saying this right now, in front of everybody. We know we know they don't want us to know what they thinking.
So I ask, what are we here for? What do you want from us or me? So we can negotiate.
So Victoria says, all right, that's enough of this. We're glad you're asking that. What we're going to do right now is the benefactors are going to introduce themselves to you, and we're going to tell you why you're here. And then we're going to open up the floor for everybody to ask whatever questions they would like. And it's easier if we just do it with some type of order and decorum so that there's no confusion. Is that cool with everybody?
I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
That's fine.
Okay. So the woman in the lab coat, she starts to walk um, out away from the table. And she has a kind of seductive way of moving, which you've noticed before. And she says, hello, my name is Dr. Phyllis June Covington. That's what I prefer to go by. Those of you who may have heard of me in my non-doctorate form of work may have heard my name being referred to as Toxidoxy. You can call me Docs if you want. I understand that you guys are probably confused, but we want to work with you. Just like the letter says, we call ourselves the benefactors because we come bearing gifts, and we believe that uh, you all would work well with us in a pursuit of not only each other's individual goals, but a goal that we will all be unified with as a team. Everything that you've been doing since you've been here has been a test. We've all been observing you because we all believe that we can benefit every one of you in different ways. So we're looking for your traits, your skills, and your gifts. I'm not called a doctor for any reason. I am a biological specialist. I've been able to improve my body through surgery and other different means. And I am looking for an individual amongst you to work with who would be willing to give yourself to me so that I can help to improve your abilities as well through biological implants. So that's why I'm
So doctor, what's your name again?
Victoria steps in and said, didn't I tell you how this was going to work?
I know, but
Dr. Covington,
the
My name is
doctor.
Dr. Phyllis June Covington.
Doxy,
You're all going
doxy.
to get it. Yes. You're all going
Okay,
to get
so
a chance to ask whatever you want at the end of our presentation. Okay?
all right. So as she says that Nick
Do you?
Halden's Nick Halden's eyebrow raises up, and he says, "Okay, I'll wait."
Oh boy. All right. So then the gorilla steps up. His guns are on the table. Let me make this quick. You don't need to know what my real name is. Uh, I've never seen any of you guys out in the field, so you probably aren't that big a deal. I'm Gorilla Man. I'm an agent of Atlas, and I've been in this game for decades. Simply put, I'm tired. I'm looking for someone to be my successor. Now, what that exactly means, I can't tell you, but I'm looking for someone with a strong sense of will, a little bit of versatility, and a strong sense of duty.
I turn and look
Break
at
this down.
I turn and look at main line and gray line. That's the guy who flung the poop at you.
Hey, the poop comes in the form of bullets, and they hurt. Don't underestimate them.
The gorilla starts clapping and laughing.
Is he clapping?
I
Is he
like you
clapping
great,
his feet?
man. You're hilarious.
Is he clapping his feet or is he clapping his hands?
Both. Gorillas can do some amazing things. Their dexterity is awesome. All right, so the teenager stands up and starts flying and laughing. I've been waiting for this whole time. This is taking so long. Hi guys, my name is Ezekiel Stain. You can call me Zeke. I am a professional arms dealer, Hellfire Club member, and some might say terrorist. I specialize in techno-organic implants, and I want somebody who is open to having some of my weapons implanted into them. And I'm also open to someone who might be willing to partner with me in business, and maybe we can help uh, take over the world as we continue to gain money and influence.
Well,
Oh,
I know a little bit something about that. You may have run into a few of my colleagues before, but I'll ask that question for another day.
henchman and
Vicky,
henchman goes.
Vicky stands up,
Henchman, go
or
ahead.
she's already standing up, but she folds her arms and looks at Nick. Is something wrong with you? You just don't know how to stop talking, do you? You'll be able to ask whatever you want at the end of it. We're trying to get through this. We know everybody's had a long day. You've had a few tests. There are going to be some more tests. But if we all just wait, everybody will be able to be satisfied at the end. Okay? Nick, you like talking, huh? That's interesting.
Sure thing. Sweet thing.
I don't
The
like
hen-
what you have, so relax.
the henchman goes, "Oh, great, a spoiled rich kid."
Okay, so you see a guy with what looks like a some type of modified Iron Man armor with no helmet, and he stands up and he says, "I'm a professional. My name is Grant Ward. I've worked with Shield. I've worked with Hydra. Most recently, I was imprisoned by Shield, and I was able to escape with something very valuable. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use it. So I figure this venture, I can give it to whoever partners with me to help them get stronger, and we can work together towards a common goal." Then you see this huge guy on the end that looks like he's about 8 foot tall and about 1,000 pounds or more. And he has some type of metal carapace along the outside, like maybe some type of exoskeleton. My name is the Power Broker. I've successfully recreated the super soldier serum effect in multiple individuals. You may have heard of Battlestar. I'm the one that empowered him. Now, granted, you're going to need to be a strong person to work with me because sometimes there are side effects, but I can offer you great power and knowledge. Paladin, you guys are taking a long time to talk. Can we just get through this? Listen, I'm Paladin. I've worked with every team on both sides. I have more connections than anybody on this planet. I also could train you, give you special training in marksmanship as well as martial arts. And I also have connections to get you special weaponry, customizable weaponry. That's what you get if you work with me. Then you see a guy that looks like he's wearing a Black Panther costume, except it's white. He stands up. He has a regal way about him. He moves like a military man, but he also moves like he feels like he's royalty. You probably have not heard of me. I am known as the White Wolf. I am the leader of the Hatu Zelaze. I come with military training and Wakandan technology. You need to have a strong sense of duty. And if you choose to work with me, you will be a dog of war. There's a guy that stands up. He's very tall. He seems very slender. He has a star on his chest, and he has a bandolier around his body. He looks very charming. He smiles, and he says, "I don't think any of you know of me. My name's Longshot. Um, I have connections with the X-Men. If you want to find out what you get by working with me, you're just going to have to choose me, or I'm going to have to choose you. I'll just leave it at that." Then you look to the right of him. There's an old guy wearing a black suit, and he's sitting on top of his chair, and he has no shoes on. He introduces himself. He says, "Hello, everyone. My name is Ezekiel. I'm the old guy. Uh, Recently, I've kind of been relieved of my purpose that I've been fighting for for decades. But I found a way to duplicate a process that can empower other people scientifically. To make it a long story short, I can give anybody spider powers. I'm looking for a person that may not be perfect, but that ultimately has a kind heart. The last person,
Hey, Jim, real quick,
go ahead.
check your phone.
I'll check my phone.
Mhm.
The last person at the table, he has some type of mechanical suit on. You can't really tell. You've never seen anything like it before. It's pinkish and whitish. And he's been sitting with his back to this entire conversation. It's almost like it's beneath him. He turns around, he's levitating, and he says, "You are all beneath me. Used to be one of your rabble, but through my hard work, I was able to turn myself into a god. I have my own planet, and I would like to help one of you achieve godhood next to me. I have been able to develop multiple isotopes that, when implanted in a person, can evolve them and they can develop extremely uh, powerful abilities. You should know who I am already, but I am known as the High Evolutionary. Now that all of us have introduced ourselves and explained the goal here, we're going to open it up to everyone in the room to ask whatever questions they would like. We won't even lead you, but please do it in an orderly manner.
I'll go first.
Go ahead,
Hey,
sir.
hey, Ward. This artifact or device that you have come across, uh, is this something that I can see now, or do I have to earn to see it, or what?
If I wanted you to see it right now, I would have it with me. And just to be clear, in case you didn't understand everything we've just gone over, everybody here is going through tests to earn or for us to decide who works with who. So when I'm ready to show it to you, that would mean that you've already earned my approval. We aren't there yet.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Is that all? Is that the only question that you have? Since you started everything off, you can ask whatever you like to whoever you like.
I'd like to address the young lady with the implants who she said it can make them stronger
The
and
young
so
lady
forth.
with the implants.
Is
Yes,
that how you say it in game, or are you just talking out loud in your head?
uh, talking out loud in my head, trying to figure out her name as I'm rattling on. Ma'am, what is your name again? We spoke earlier.
This is the second time you've asked me this. My name is
Slady's gonna laugh out loud right now.
my name is Dr. Phyllis June Covington.
No, I'm not talking about Miss Phillips. I'm talking about the
Teenager.
doctor, not the teenager, the
Doxy, doxy.
You mean the woman that has the lab coat that walked out of the room with you?
Yes.
That's the only
My
doctor
That's
here.
name is Dr.
that's the only
Phyllis.
that's the only
Okay. Okay, Miss Phyllis. Okay. All right.
Gray
Um,
Lion,
If
face
we need to
palms.
go back into the medical room to work on
no,
something,
ma'am. What I want to know is
was there a
what
concussion
what
somewhere when
part
you went through that door?
he didn't even
what are
get
you
touched in
bringing?
his door.
What are you bringing to the table?
Is
Is
something
it
wrong with
your
this man?
Yes, he's here.
Okay, I'll repeat myself.
You and
It,
Mike must be related, because
I I am a biological specialist. I specialize in implants that can give regular humans special abilities or powers.
okay? All right. Well, I'm good. I just wanted to be clear on a few things. I think I'm done for now.
So I've been in rooms with negotiations. So here's my thing. You can see that by my math, I had a 25% chance of winning that little test you had. But I got superior genetics and I ain't normal.
We know.
Uh, I'm trying to see what you all can offer us because it just sounds like a bunch of gibberish right now. I haven't heard one thing specifically that you can do for us or me. So I need some more specifics because you want me to come work for you. I already have a job and an employer, by the way, which you already knew if you did all your research, which you claim you have. So for me to take time from my regular job that pays me very well, by the way, got to make this worth my while. And you all haven't shown anything. You're just saying who you are, haven't shown us a thing. You tested us. I want to test you.
Who are you asking this, or are you just saying this
This,
out to?
this is general. This is a general statement to all of them.
And he's got a point.
The high evolutionary levitates above the table.
oh boy, here we go.
And he looks at you
And I look back.
and he
Gray
says,
Lion takes a step to the right in or whichever direction is
there, there, there- Sir, there is no need for you to be concerned about a
I haven't
confrontation.
said anything violent. All I said is I need you all to show us some things. We've been tested.
Do you think, do you think beating a few holographic ninjas that we created was impressive?
What I
And
think is you
your
should have done
demands of
better
us?
when dealing with me, but that's neither here nor there.
I could wipe you off the planet with a thought. Would you
You
like to test
absolutely could, but you're not because you
exactly?
called me here.
Oh, so you think that I need you?
I didn't say that. All I said is you were the one that have us here. So there's a reason why you wouldn't do these things you claim you can do.
Hey Hinch, let's see what they're talking about here.
That's what I'm trying to
I've
get to.
got
That's what I'm trying to get to. But they want us to work for them. Hey, we do this, but they haven't shown us anything.
uh
our our
oh,
accomplishments
you
alone
fought
should be
you didn't fight Gorilla Man, so of
And
our
Gray
course you
Lion
accomplishments
traumatized by this gorilla.
our accomplishments enough should make you respect what we're capable of.
The
I own a
database that I
planet.
have
I
will
created a
show
planet,
that
and you want to come to me with some little bodyguard job as if I should care about what you think and feel?
You created a planet. Whoop-de-doo.
no, this guy's
Okay,
he's
okay,
cosmic
clearly
level
something
here.
is wrong with him.
I'm done talking to this
Is,
high evolutionary dude. I don't
does
like
it,
people thinking that they're better than me. It just high evolutionary. Sure, okay,
I am better than you. Now, what would
Mr.
you
Longshot.
wait once? Hold on, young man. You asked the questions, I gave you the answer.
They were unsatisfactory, so I'm moving on.
You're unsatisfactory. That's why you're here.
That's why you sent a bunch of ninjas after me because I was unsatisfactory. You saw what happened to them.
Once again, it wasn't very impressive.
Sure,
Not to me.
which is why I'm done speaking with you. Long shot.
Hey, everybody, stand back before we have another situation.
Well, let's put it like let's put it like this. High evolutionary.
Roll,
Let's put it
roll,
like this.
roll an ego check.
I think there's enough ego
I
there.
don't know where Dawson is on right now.
My plan's coming together.
Roll an ego check. What's your matter of fact? No, what's your ego defense?
My ego defense is 12.
It doesn't matter because he has a fantastic success. Uh, you are now frozen in place. You can't ask anything.
Watch this. I spend 5 to pop out a clone, and the clone will speak. Now, as I was saying,
Your power is a concentration power, so
yep.
you can't pop out anything.
Oh,
Silence.
silence. Okay.
You are silenced. You can't move.
I don't. As I recall, I didn't have to actually say it. It's
It's a concentration power. In order for you to maintain those clones, you have to be functional.
okay.
You are frozen. You can't
Okay.
move or speak.
Sure.
Anyone else?
Brother Baxter over here. I would like to ask the group in general, how do all of you who have so much to offer decide to pool your resources or come together to vet a group of nobodies like us?
Well, I think I can answer this. We all come from different walks of life, uh, and we all started similar to how you started. So we understand that where you start is not where you finish. We think that all of you, despite having unnecessarily smart mouths, apparently, we think that you all are skilled and you have gifts that can be utilized for our agendas. We're not going to get into exactly what those are until we feel confident that you all are willing to work with us. And right now, it appears that some of you guys still have chips on your shoulder, understandably. Anything else?
Okay.
Oh,
What's
sorry. Go ahead.
what's the next step here? I don't want to take from anyone else's questions, but yeah, if I
Yep.
have to deal with another guy that's going to get me zapped or shot by accident, I'm just gonna go off.
We understand. Well, maybe you should direct that energy towards your teammates that
I didn't say
are
we were on
yet
a
team.
team.
That's true. They again, not yet, but you're working together at the moment, correct?
Mm, I think most of us are just here, in the same place, the same situation.
That's understandable. June, do you have anything else you'd like to ask Mr. Gray Lion? Because we're not going to tell you exactly what tests are left or how many there are. There are a few, but you're about halfway through. And once
Mm.
everything is done and you see what we can do for you, then I'm sure our business partnership will get off to a better start.
Sounds good for now.
I'm so glad. Slate, you've been extremely quiet. You don't have any questions you'd like to ask?
The only question that I have is if you have all of this to offer and we decide to decline, now that we know about such an advanced facility and so many of what you have to offer, what happens if we decline?
Well,
Gray Lion
if you,
stares back matter of factly.
we don't believe you will decline. However, if you so choose to decline, we have taken great measures to make sure that none of you know where you even are. Have you figured out how this building works? Have you figured out how our doorways work? Do you even know what country you're in right now? So if you like to leave, we'll let you leave, and we're satisfied that if you want to mount some type of ridiculous offensive against us, that we will be ready for you. Anybody else?
I'm good for now.
Nick,
I'm
you've
good.
been good for 3 times. No, Mr. Mainline, we need to hear from you.
You asked us to ask questions. Then when we ask questions, my man over there get frozen. Nick Halden, he can't be quiet. And then the person that's quiet is the one that you asking questions to, which is Slate. Now
And
you
now
want to
I'm
hear from me and repeat the process.
and now I'm asking you questions.
What's the question?
We're
Because
aware of your interesting background. I'm not asking you to reveal any of that here,
good.
but we know that what you do is very lucrative. So here's what I'd like to ask you. Is money the only thing that matters to you?
No, money is just a means to an end.
Do you not understand that individuals that have the power that we have could be an asset to you reaching that end?
Which is why I was smart enough not to jump the monkey.
Hey, come
Hey,
on
hey.
now. Hey, a giant monkey, gorilla man, or whatever he wants to call himself, he cocked his pistols. I thought it was a threat. You cock your pistols at me, I'm going to treat you as a threat too.
Hey, you got us knocked out. Just
Facts.
dummy up over there.
Who you calling a dummy? You
Uh,
want some of this gray lion?
See?
The,
See? Here we go.
the high evolutionary
This is how
is
I get
clearly
started.
annoyed. And you see his eyebrow go up, and the henchman is released. What do you do?
As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, long shot. As you heard in my speech earlier, I've got superior genetics. I think I've might be a little familiar with your work.
Oh, really? Where have you heard of me?
Here or there, just here or there. You know, like I said, superior genetics. Might have heard from. I think I'll go ahead and be the first to make a decision, seeing as how the high evolutionary, and I air quote him,
Yeah, keep picking on the cosmic power guy.
the high evolutionary has
The gorilla stars laughing again.
See, the problem is if you kill them, they don't learn nothing.
the high
Can't
evolutionary.
benefit if he gets himself killed.
Mm.
And I,
Yeah,
yeah,
quite.
and I say, and by the way, you know, evolution is just a theory, a mystery.
Like most things in the universe, like a talking gorilla and the floating dude that just froze you. A lot of these mysteries seem to whoop up on you because you talk too much.
Eh, that's all right. The high evolutionary has gotten himself off my list of potential benefactors.
Look,
Help me right
gentlemen.
there.
Look, gentlemen. It's it's very obvious that the people here
You
at this
need
table.
clones to carry your rather large.
Well, you
Oh,
all don't know
oh,
about the clones. You
oh,
all
that's
don't know about the clones.
hilarious.
You all don't know about the clones yet.
Look,
He said I
it's
couldn't.
it's pretty obvious that the people here at this table uh, have a extreme agenda to go through all this to get us in this room, and some of them are more than capable of dealing with us in ways that we're probably not prepared for. So it might be to our best interest to either pick a side with one of them or take our leave.
Is it time to
Insulting
pick a
them,
side? They didn't say it was
I'm,
time to pick no sides.
I'm just saying, insulting them and trying
You know,
to.
mainline, I am so happy that you understand that it is not time for that. No one told you you had a choice, henchman.
Oh, there. Oh, I don't have a choice now. So you brought us in here.
Here we go.
No, no. I turned
Don't
everybody.
fail the interview, Mr. Henchman.
Did you hear what they just said? They want earlier. They invite us here. They test us. They want us to choose one of them to work with them, and now we don't have a choice.
The choice
Uh,
may not be here yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna walk to the other side of the room. This is not gonna get
It's
any
apparent that
pretty.
the henchman
I
doesn't
knew
listen.
I knew I was quiet when we first got here, but I was just trying to gauge.
That's why you're a henchman and you don't run nothing. Only
Uh,
thing you running is
are
your
you,
mouth.
don't let the name fool you. I've sat in rooms with negotiations and tense, and people want things that they don't deserve or want to give more than the other side.
You don't know nobody yet to know if they deserve it or not.
You work with street thugs.
I do,
Let's
and
calm down.
I do work with street thugs. And
Let's
street
relax.
thugs, I'm just
Let's
saying,
relax, Mr. Henchman.
I'm just saying, street thugs and you people,
Who
it's
you
not a
calling
far
you
jump.
people?
You people, all you people. No, I'm talking about them people up there,
They not like us?
not particularly. Uh, there's not a far jump from a petty street thug to you guys. It's a matter of money and power.
Hey, hey, henchman. I tell you what. Uh, so you are a hitman, right?
Who, like me?
He ain't say what he
Yes.
was.
No,
Well, you give it that impression. So I tell you what. I'll make a
not a
deal with
hitman.
you.
Not a hitman. I don't do hits.
All right, I tell you what.
I'm very much the opposite. Very much the opposite.
Don't get hit in this meeting room.
I tell you what. When we get out of here, I have a plausible job that you would probably jump on. My colleagues and I know a few things about being around the world and so forth and so on, and we could probably use your assistance. So I tell you what, if you sit back and let this meeting take place, till we know all the details, if you do that, whatever job they have in mind, I'll double it for you.
I turned to the group of the benefactors. I was like, "You gonna let some new guy into the chat here and try to poach your
I'm not
potential?"
poaching. I'm not poaching. I'm trying to uh, get this test or meeting that we're in over with, and in addition, when we're done with this, offer you a job, and then whatever it's worth, I'll double it.
Can
We'll
we
talk.
move to the next stage
We'll talk. We'll
separately?
talk. We'll
Since,
see what's going on. Let's see what they like. I said, I want to see what they have to offer. They keep saying it. That's where I am with it.
Okay, well then it's the deal. Let's go through with it. Next job I get, I'll double it for you.
We'll talk price. Maybe
Okay.
we'll see. But
Okay.
let's see what
All right.
they have now.
Gotcha.
Because we're still sitting here. They still haven't said. All they did was just freeze me and
And
shown
rightly
the.
so. Rightly so.
All I'm saying is
You
like
earned
they
that
want.
freezer.
Yeah. All I'm
can
saying
I
is
make a request to freeze him again?
I'm seconding that request.
I'm trying to offer the man a job to be quiet, and
You
he
don't want the
won't.
job.
Offer him a job to be
He
quiet.
basically saying your job is booty, and he'd rather just be yapping his mouth and interrupting this meeting full of people, and then he gonna get jumped by this gorilla that traumatized Gray Lion. That's where
Well,
this
see.
is. That's where this is going.
well, if that's the case, I'm gonna move on the other side of him. So
I'm on the. I think Nick Holden is on to something. I'm with Nick Holden on this one. I'm moving where he
Yep.
is. Y'all
Okay,
can jump him or freeze him or burn the henchman whenever you feel like it, because he
so you
tripping.
three move to the other side of the room, and Dexter, probably because he's younger and he's deferring to those who have a bit more experience, is looking at everyone with a wide mouth because he cannot believe how this is going after he just watched one of the people at this table take out half of the guys on that are on the stage, and yet nobody has learned their lesson.
Well,
No,
I didn't see
we've
that.
all learned
And
lessons
he,
Oh,
except henchman.
I've learned my lesson.
and he
Henchman
says,
got
and Dexter
froze.
says, you guys need to show these people a little bit more respect. That gorilla almost killed all of us in about 30 seconds. There's no need to be confrontational.
When I told Longshot or told the room I have superior genetics, did he do any did he make any kind of face or did he do well let me well can I did he do anything that would let him know that I might
Longshot says, I'd almost forgot that you would even ask that question because there's been nothing but commotion and chaos in this room. We can't even get through this process. Uh, ask the question again.
seeing as how I might be a little bit aware of your exploits because I've got superior genetics trying to talk in code to him.
Are you talking out loud to Longshot to tell him you a mutant?
Yeah, more or less.
Dude, we ain't dumb. That's how we all hear it. Just tell him you a mutant and
I
move
don't, I don't,
on.
I don't know. I don't know because you.
Is
Oh well,
Longshot even a mutant?
he's worked closely with the X-Men, so I'm trying to figure
I
out.
don't think
With
he
the
is.
bald guy that run the show?
He just said when he introduced himself that he's worked with the X-Men.
With the dude in the chair,
Long shot.
and he works with the bald guy in the chair. Is that who you talking about?
Yes.
All right.
Professor Xavier.
Yes, he was trying not to
Well,
say.
excuse
Yeah.
me, Mr. Gray Lion Shield Agent.
Hey, I know who most of these people
So I
are
was
from
trying
having
to
access
see.
to a database.
I wasn't trying to give away that I was a mutant, but I was trying to let him
Superior
But
know.
you're trying
genetics,
too hard
the
to
air
not give
quotes,
away
or
that
high
you're.
evolutionary. You
Yes.
gave it away before he froze you the first time. And I got a feeling you about 80% about to get frozen the second time.
Oh, I'm not about. Anyway, uh,
Dexter was right. Respect.
long shot.
Yes.
Since you say you've worked with the X-Men, how closely could, if I choose to work with you, could I get to the other mutants?
That doesn't sound ominous and intimidating at all.
I
I say
I'm one.
sarcastically.
I am probably the most kind-natured person on the benefactors, and you've managed to get on my last nerve. All of this talking you're doing as if you have some type of, I don't know, advantage, or maybe you weren't paying attention. It's not time to make choices.
Okay, fine, fine.
We're just telling you what we offer. Now, I heard one or two of you say that we didn't say what we offered you, and we've all gone through our credentials and told you exactly, maybe not specifically, but we let you know what we can do to not only improve your skills, but also your powers.
So what's the
Everyone
next
at this
step?
table, everyone at this table has connections with different factions and organizations all over the world, as well as some of us all over the universe. One of the men at this table has turned himself into a being on a level of Silver Surfer or Thor. He created his own planet full of his own subjects that worship him. And you all are questioning what we can do for you.
Don't
Show a
put
little
me in this.
respect.
I'm not questioning nothing.
Show a little respect, as I was saying.
You
So,
realize you hired a bunch of people that aren't usually showing respect at all.
well,
He turns to mainline and says, "See, you get it now."
Gray Lion. And I'm
Main
main line.
mainline. Sorry, mainline.
do you
Ah,
do you do you get, this man is playing with a cat. Is that your mascot, Gray Lion?
indeed.
That's his familiar.
Right. So you like cats.
They make this stuff up, man. Gray Lion got a gray lion on his lap.
Miniature gray line that can enlarge into a real size line.
So as all of this has been going on, everybody in the room is taking a look at the benefactors that are sitting at the table, and they notice that despite this not being as smooth a conversation as it could be, they don't seem to be all that bothered.
So what's the next step?
June Covington, June Covington, she stands up and she takes a stance that is inviting and appealing to everyone. And she says, listen, what we can offer you individually can move you up in this game that we're all playing. Not only will we give you things that will increase your skills and powers, we will also give you help in the form of teamwork to help you accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish individually. So that you know how, let's say the Avengers, for example, which I've been a part of, they're a team that looks to protect the whole entire world from destruction. Well, our team works to do whatever you would like to do and whatever we would like to do. That's why we're forming this team. So not only will you be stronger and more powerful, you'll have more connections and you'll have a team that will help you reach your goal. That's what we're offering. Does that sound like a bad deal?
Nope.
Sounds like a good
What's the
deal.
next step?
I do have one last question. Does
Go right
choosing to
ahead.
work with one of you exclude us from working with anyone else?
Well, it has to be a mutual choice, for one. And no, it would not exclude you from working with anyone else. We will do missions just like any other team. Some of those missions will be determined by you. For example, Mr. Halden, we know that you are a thief and you have your own group of associates that you work with. Maybe there's some type of operation that you would like to go on that some of us can assist you with. We have a wide variety of individuals here with many different skills. Two is better than one, and 10 is better than two.
Well, you got me there.
So can we all take the chips off of our shoulder now?
Got to ask the henchman on that one.
I would like to know what you're thinking, henchman.
The henchman turns and looks at his shoulder and grabs an imaginary chip, puts it on the floor.
Okay.
There you have it. Progress.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Henchman. We believe that you will be very, very happy with the options that you'll have very shortly. Okay, so uh, does anybody have any other questions about maybe the building you're in, or perhaps what you were giving to heal you?
Well, I do have one question since you brought it up. Um, where are we exactly? Is
Well,
that something you can tell me?
well, I'm happy that we're moving in a positive direction, but until we have confirmed our partnership, we can't give you all of the details.
I
But
can
what I
respect that.
can say is that the technology in this building, as I'm sure you figured out by now, allows us to be able to move through dimensional portals if we so choose. That's how you were able to get here. And although it's not the only way to move throughout this building, it's pretty efficient, don't you think?
And so how much energy it takes to keep these portals open. Transporting three-dimensional mass in four-dimensional space is not an easy job.
You guys using some sort of wormhole technology to move us
Well,
from location to location?
Is this
you are
building even
currently
one building, or have you connected it through multiple dimensions, like a TARDIS or something?
the the answer to that question is somewhat complicated, and it's not something that we're ready to disclose at the moment.
She just told you your feeble minds wouldn't understand.
Gray Line, are you scanning all this technology?
No, I'm letting this ride. I'm
You sitting
He's
over
ready
here
to
with a
see
whole battle
information.
suit on, and you don't have no information on what's going on. Are you at least recording this technology for us to look at later when we get out of here? If we get out of here,
I can start now.
this dude said I can start
You
now.
are aware
You a
that
level one shield
we
agent?
can hear you.
Fresh out of the academy.
Fresh out of the academy face.
You are aware that we can hear you.
I am aware that
We
you can
all
hear
are.
me. I'm also aware that you want to team up with us. I'm not doing nothing threatening, like put my guns on something. I didn't power up or nothing like Baxter. Trigger
Maybe
happy,
not, but
skittish mug.
your social skills could use some work.
I'm not talking. I was talking to Great Line, asking him a simple question: is he scanning this technology? At some point, we're gonna want to know where we're at, how this operates. You know,
Let me ask a question. If would I be able to use my powers to kind of reach out and see if there's any earth or any kind of foundation underneath us?
Beautiful.
Roll a vigilance check. What did you roll?
I rolled a 13.
And now roll a logic check. And also don't forget you got to add your out of combat scores to that as well.
Right.
Did you roll for logic?
Yeah, I got an 8.
Okay. So I'm assuming how exactly are you trying to find this out? You're trying to use your powers to do what?
So I just want to see if we're even on a planet at this point. So I'm
So
closing my
you
eyes and I'm reaching my hands out, just seeing if I can feel anything.
okay. So as you do this, you can sense normal Earth-like mineral deposits. You can feel that. However, there's some resistance uh, that you can't quite understand. But you can sense that even if you aren't on Earth, you're on something that has a similar uh, mineral makeup to Earth.
Okay.
What do you do after you get this information?
I hold on to it for right now.
Okay. So when you were asking that question, you were asking me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
he was
okay.
Correct. Correct. I don't know the proper way to. Should I say Mr. Narrator or
You don't have to say mystery. Okay, so is everybody satisfied now?
no, but we can move forward.
Yes, as
Let's get this team up on.
satisfied-ish.
Okay, so then we're gonna get ready for the next test. Um, MH, could you open the door to the foyer?
Question. After she says that name, uh, is that is that Maria Hill that you're referring to as MH?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Are you talking to an actual person or into a device?
I'm talking to
No,
the
no, no. The who's saying MH?
That's
Vicky Ham.
It's June Covington saying MH.
Right.
And as your narrator, I will remind you that it's been said by multiple people, and anytime someone has said it, something responded.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
All right.
If you recall, in your fight, Paladin said MH,
Uh-huh.
and that allowed Slate to be able to use his powers.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't the first time MH has been summoned to open the door.
Okay.
Have fun trying to figure that out. Okay, so you all can proceed into this room, and we'll be preparing our next test. Paladin, are you ready? Like, sure.
Before we walk out this room, uh, I tap a couple of buttons. I want to tap a couple of buttons on my suit to do a GPS check of my current location.
Okay. Run a. I don't remember. Do you have any traits that would give you any edge on anything technological?
That would be my, wouldn't it be my tech suit, Tech Reliance?
No. Tech reliance means that in order to do what you do, you need your tech. What are your traits?
Extraordinary origin, Tech Reliance, determination,
This is above the
fearless.
table talk.
What was that?
This is above the table talk.
This is above
Yes,
the
it
table.
is.
Narrator talk.
Yeah.
So no.
No.
Okay, roll a logic check. You have to hit an 18 to get any
Oh,
information on this one.
Dang.
yeah,
Yeah, 616 right here.
yeah, that didn't happen.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 7.
Did you add your out of combat logic check to it?
Not yet.
Still not
Yeah,
18.
no,
For sure.
7.
7? Okay.
Yep.
So your tech, what is this? What are you using to try to scan, by the way?
I'm just using the GPS device built into the suit.
Okay. So you're trying to scan and you're not getting any logical readings from it. It feels like the readings are all over the place. Anybody
Okay.
else want to anybody else want to try something before they walk through the door?
Nope. I'm ready to get this show on the road.
Nope,
Yeah.
I ain't got that will work.
Okay, so everybody goes through the door and into the foyer. This is the original foyer that you appeared in with the giant statue with the smile. This
Mr.
time
Creepy.
there are
Wait a minute,
places.
giant.
What
I don't
was
like
that?
that.
It's
We've
the
been here
same statue
before.
when you first came in.
Yeah.
This time there are places for you all to sit and relax. Um, I'm sure you're assuming that they're getting the next test ready. And if you have anything to say to each other or to try to plan or anything else, this would be your opportunity. So what do you do?
Did anybody pick up any information about where we were or possibly who these people are?
Uh, I just tried GPS. We're jammed.
Ugh.
So anything, any attempt to do anything outside of whatever these rooms are, we got nothing. Some of these names hit on Shield databases. Uh, yeah,
So break
especially the high evolutionary who they've documented plenty of battles with groups like the Fantastic Four. So we're kind of out of our league if we want to try to buck up against them at the moment.
Y'all got any plans about who y'all teaming up with or who you think they're gonna team you up with?
Well, here's one thing that um, I thought about. There are about because there are people who I know and who I work with, and a few people in that room I'm uh, familiar with where they've been, who they work for, and I've heard their names before. And at some point when I'm out of here, I'm gonna uh, look up some information and try to figure some things out. So we'll see what happens.
What do you
So
need to look up the
here's my
information?
question.
Hold on. Let's get back to Halden with his information. What you need to look up this information.
Um, Look, there's a saying that we live by. Uh, when you know somebody, you know their intent, and it's something that me and my colleagues we live by. That when you have to deal with somebody, you get to know them, and when you know their strengths, you know their weaknesses. So
What do
that's
you need to get this information?
well, right. Well, I what I need is I need access to a computer. Right now, I don't have one. I haven't seen one.
Gray Lion, can your ship, can your suit get him access to this information? If you got some type of security feature to keep him out of any sensitive information on your suit, can you get him access to your suit so that he can start looking some stuff up? Because we sat there in that room, we've been jumped by monkeys and purple dudes, and we ain't got no information, and we still don't know what's going on. So at some point, we got to take matters into our own hands.
He can attempt to use the mini computer on my forearm gauntlet, see what he can do with it. But if I can't get a GPS signal out, it's not like they've offered us free Wi-Fi while we're staying here.
Well, I tell you what. Do you have access to the internet?
That's just what I said. With a blocked GPS signal,
You don't have any data?
my suit isn't equipped with a cell phone, sir.
It's not equipped with a transmitter.
All this
Yeah,
technology.
All this
Hey,
technology, you don't have a basic transmitter?
if it was that easy, do you think we could have I've done a bit more by now?
hold on a second. Let me look around this room.
This why you
What are
got
you?
jumped by that monkey. This why you got jumped by that monkey.
Uh,
So
Okay.
Whatever.
Breaker, who has been suspiciously quiet this whole time, and considering how brash he was at the beginning, those who were in the room with him, Dexter and Mike Baxter and Gray Lion, are probably assuming he's been spooked because of how he got trashed by a giant gorilla.
Understandable.
I don't understand. After all that we've seen, you guys still aren't being cooperative.
First of all, I look. I'm not one to shrink from the opportunity uh, to gain something, but
You
I
haven't
never.
figured out that they can hear everything you're saying right now?
They probably can hear what I'm saying,
I'm not even that
but
smart.
But do
but
we
I want
care? That's the question. Do we
I want
care?
them to understand
And
that
Dexter
if you're
says, why
going,
wouldn't you care?
Because they've been testing us this whole time. Maybe this is also part of the test. Maybe we got to ask questions. They want to see how we can communicate. Are we able to negotiate with each other? That may change how we team up. Maybe it's going to see how we're going to be able to form some type of bond, use technology. Are we willing to reveal something about ourselves in order to get information back? That's why I'm asking the question, do Holden need to talk to Gray Lion to get this technology? And this dude ain't even got a transmitter in his high-tech shield suit. Straight out the academy mud.
plus they might not be able to
Uh,
hear us anyway. Who knows?
Nobody's been straight out of the academy.
Your
I just
suit
have
straight out the
access to
shop,
more.
that's for sure. It don't even get a cell phone signal.
Well, if we're going to work together, this is Dexter speaking, can we just not argue? If you're from Shield, Gray Lion, you may not be able to get any info from outside, but you should have some things stored in your data banks that could tell us about these people that we're dealing with. You might even have information on some of the people in this room.
You willing to share the information, or if you want to just give
At
it to
least
me and
at
I'll pay
least
you for it.
at least tell us what you know about the people that we just talked to. And that should go for anybody else that has information on these people.
That is what I was going to ask. I was going to say, do any of us recognize any of these people? Because I'll tell you this, if you hadn't figured it out, I heard rumblings about the long shot guy.
Same.
So
Yeah,
I
Well, what
don't
do
know
you
nothing
know
else
about
about
them?
the regular this floating high evolutionary dude. I just know
but I didn't I'm not too familiar with Long Shot, but when he mentioned his organization, I did notice that. And if my sources are correct, uh, the person who is uh, the head um, the head man over in that organization is quite powerful. So, but I can only I don't have all the information. That's why I need access to some type of internet to do some research.
Mike
anybody else?
Baxter, Mike Baxter just looks at Nick Halden in disbelief. You're talking about the X-Man, right?
Yes, I am.
It's, they're world famous.
Yeah, but I
You
don't know
mean to
everything
fortune?
about them. I don't know everything about
This guy's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
I might be
Uh,
crazy, but you don't get in the organization I'm in by just taking everything at face value. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
we wasn't
Can I
trying to
take
take stuff
another?
at face value.
Baxter
We was
said,
just trying to
"Somebody
get
bring
you on the
Phyllis
internet.
back in here so he can ask her what what her name is again."
This dude ain't even got no suit no that can get through the man.
Can I
Can't
take another?
if they're
can you at
jamming
least
my
scan
equipment,
through the wall? They jamming your equipment.
if they're
Fine.
jamming my equipment and I can't even scan what technology they're using, just getting to the internet is going to be difficult.
But
And if we work together, I'll tweak your suit.
you told us earlier that you scanned the doorway and found out that there was some biological components to it. Why don't you at least try to see if you can look at your database and tell us what information you have on anybody in the room? At least try.
Hmm. Okay, let's do it. I'll see if
Who
I
was that
can.
talking?
Dexter.
See, Dexter got the brains. Makes sense to
Let's
me.
see if we can look something up here.
Can I take another stroll around the room to continue to look and see if anything has changed from the last time we were in here?
Okay. Before I have you roll for anything specific, you can see that have been some sofas added to the room so that you all can sit, in which most of you, well, I don't know if you've chosen to do so, but
I'm
uh,
still thinking.
Kiri and Remedy are sitting next to each other and holding hands. Uh, Remedy looks a little bit better than she was the last time you looked at her. Kiri has been extremely silent this entire time, which I'm surprised no one is interacting with any of these people, but that's your
Par for the course for a ninja. Be quiet.
so. Um,
I'm not
I will.
interacting
I
with a
will. I
ninja
will.
because she got jumped. She was useless. Me and Slade had to do all the heavy lifting against the giant purple dude.
who was useless?
Kiri.
Kiri, you mean the one that filled the room with Fox so you would have free reign to run and get your weapons?
She got that sweet chin music the very next round. An old girl she hold her hands with couldn't even find her way out of a wet paper bag.
Are you
Me and
saying
Slate
this?
had to do
Are
all
you
the
saying
heavy
this
lifting.
narrator? Or are you saying this out loud?
I'm saying this to whoever want to speak to both of them useless chumps.
Okay, so you saying it out of game. Got you.
Whoever
All
whoever
right,
go
so
over there and talk to
Okay,
them, that's what
I'm
I'm
gonna go.
about to
I'm gonna
say
go
to them.
help Remedy. I'm gonna go help
no,
Remedy.
you need.
Grayline walks over,
Oh,
offers
hold
her.
on. Kiri's Dexter says Kiri has remedy right now. Can you tell us what's going on? Tell us as much information about these guys as you can.
The purple dude, Paladin, came in the room, had a giant helmet on, and jumped the four of us. And the first two that went down, was them two chicks over there. Then me and Slate had to handle business. That's the story. And somehow the ninja and the other girl don't even have the skills to not get leg sweep repeatedly and jump kicked in the face. I never even worked with Slate. Me and him still had a nice diamond formation going. Some triangle offense, minus the end of the triangle, just so we could stop getting hit in the face. Finally took him down.
So apparently, it sounds like I was the only one that didn't have any trouble in his room.
Maybe you ain't had trouble because you sorry.
Because
Or maybe you ain't had no trouble because they need something from you. They want to make sure you survived. Because you see something happen to Weapon L and it ain't turned out too good. So
well,
Did he even wake up yet?
he not in the room. So he
Oh
must
well,
still be laid up.
taking that
you're taking a
taking an old
nap.
nap,
Yep.
taking an old naparoo.
So
One of
what
them
is it that
pills.
what is it that we need to know to help us out in this situation?
Could you tell us any
What you
information in the Shield database on the 11 people that are offering us an opportunity?
two of which worked with Shield.
You know what, Dawson? I'm sorry. You know what,
I'm
Henchman?
I'm
Basically,
trying.
the White
I'm
Wolf
trying.
is
Gray Wolf.
You know what, Henchman?
Mm.
That's a question.
It is.
Victoria Hand worked with Shield.
Three.
Grant
Might be
Ward,
three. Right.
Grant
Grant
Ward worked with Shield.
Jonathan.
You can't tell us anything on what's going on with them?
Yeah, I
Straight out the academy. He ain't got
I
the
know about
clearance.
Shield. Yeah, I do know about Shield. I didn't know Grant Ward, but I do know about Shield.
Grant Ward is a traitor.
They told you who they worked for
Yeah,
at some
I'm
point in
asking,
the.
I'm trying to ask the guy that actually works for Shield right now.
I'm just
Why are
trying
you
to
so
figure out
quiet?
what's going on around here.
checking information.
Please stand by.
You know, must be on some AOL dial up or something.
Putting on dial. No, you beat me to it. Old snail mail over there.
I told
Grantline
you
had
I'm
3 to 5
trying to.
business days to get us this information. Or at least say he had some information, even if he didn't give it to us.
In the midst, while he's checking, I don't know what's taking so long.
He said his systems was jammed.
He doesn't determine whose system, if his system is jammed or not. The narrator does. Uh, Terry stands up
What's she
and
got to say?
she looks in your direction.
In my direction?
She looks in Mainline's direction. Slate, where are you standing? Are you next to Mainline?
Um, I'm in his general area, yeah.
I look around and say, "Uh oh, this is about to be good." And I go sit on the couch and kick my feet up.
She doesn't really say anything. She just bows and she grabs Remedy's hand and pulls her up to try to get her to speak. And Remedy is going to attempt to speak. We're going to roll and see if she's able to get past her trauma to be able to do it.
Outside the game, is anybody else breaking up?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, we good.
Okay, so she's able to speak, and you can see that she is still, something about her is just awkward. And she says, "You guys could be a little bit nicer to me and Kitty. I was a human shield for Slate at the beginning of that battle. And I helped heal Kirley for the first few while we were engaging with Paladin, you weren't doing anything but running to get weapons.
Same weapons I wound up using to put a couple of bullets in his head.
And who was distracting him while you were doing that?
Slate.
And who was keeping Slate from getting hurt?
Who was keeping Slate from getting hurt?
I was standing in front of him using my body as a shield.
Nah, I think he was using you as a shield. I don't think you was being shielded. You was shielding. I think Paladin was using you as a giant shield. It's a difference. You
Anyway,
volunteering and
that
him picking you up and putting
the
you in
Ward
front.
character,
Different
the
story.
Ward guy,
And
as
Terry
a
said,
member of
with all due respect, your back was to the battle while this was happening. Because you can't do anything without your pistols.
Why would I?
You can't.
Why would I?
You can't. You should be glad that they even brought your weapons back.
I
What
could
would
do
you have
plenty without the pistols. But why would I if I know they're there? Why would I deliberately take a disadvantage when it would be quicker for me to create an advantage for myself?
Well, maybe you should say thank you for us helping you do that.
Maybe you should say thank you for staying alive because me and Slate did all the heavy lifting. Because if me and Slate had went down, Paladin could have stomped you into a mud puddle.
I'm
And
gonna
henchman
walk. I'm gonna
walk.
walk in front of mainline at this point, and I'm going to look at Curry and Remedy, and all I'm gonna say is thank you, and I'm gonna bow to them, and then I'm gonna walk over to the statue.
Kiri says nothing and she bows to you as well. And her and Remedy go back and sit down. Dexter is now standing with to the side, flicking quarters in the air and catching them. And he says, how long is this going to take, Gray Lion?
Hey, Breaker, I got a
so
question.
yeah, nothing special on Grant Ward other than he's got basically a bootleg Iron Man suit.
We saw that.
They got plans from both Shield and Hydra allowed it to make it.
Does
What
that
other
suit have a
information?
transmitter in it? Maybe he
Well,
got some internet. Maybe he got some Verizon Fios on him or something.
and what do you have, sir? You seem to have no equipment,
I did get
nothing
jumped by
but
a giant gorilla. I was smart enough to not get jumped by a giant gorilla.
well, you're smart enough, but I had the negative effects of the idiot Mac.
Hey, come on now.
All that tech, we the ones that's all over here telling you what to do with it.
Yeah, I'm looking up Shield data, but you're not telling me what good the information is going to do me when we're here at a disadvantage.
No,
We're in a
information is
fishbowl.
always advantage. Information always gains advantage.
The henchman says, "Didn't you watch children's shows? Knowing's half the battle."
Knowing is always half the battle. That's why we're at a disadvantage because we don't know what's going on. We don't know where we are. We don't know these people's powers or abilities aside from henchmen getting frozen. We
And the
got
gorilla,
teleported to these rooms where we all got jumped. Goofy Mike Baxter ain't even get out the room.
Hey, come on now.
He got jumped up by a conference table. Like,
Hey, that's enough now. That's enough.
hey,
Okay, I
Breaker,
made a mistake. No, we're all in the same situation here.
just don't be so
Dexter
skittish,
throws
Baxter. Doggone.
Dexter
Breaker.
skittish. You are kind of skittish, man. Why did you try to fake out that room when you went through that door? Hey, come on now. You don't know the ways of an assassin.
I don't think
Anyway,
you know the ways of an assassin.
Dexter Dexter walks up to Gray Lion reaches up and puts his hands on his shoulder and says, please, you're telling me you don't have any more information on any of these people. You just told us that Grant Ward used to work for Shield and Hydra, and he already told us that. We saw him wearing an Iron Man suit. Just told us that he is Shield. You don't have any information on that?
To what end is my question? I'm looking up information. I see nothing that will actually give us an advantage against him in a fight, nor any of the other benefactors.
Can you tell us anything about their powers, who they work with, who they are? Anything?
I'm currently looking up Gorilla Man. He's a man. He's got some sort of magical
How do you have
enchantment.
information about Gorilla Man when we asking about two people who used to work for Shield?
3 people.
Three people that used to work for Shield. You
Shield
don't
is
have that
on the
stored in the database on your non-transmitter suit?
No, I didn't keep that information just from logs of random study of people in the Shield database.
Aren't these wanted criminals because they're traitors to Shield? You don't keep the top traitors on your database? I can go to the post office to get a top 10 most wanted list.
You don't have anything on Victoria?
Power broker? Somebody?
All right, I'm looking them up. Keep your undies on.
Hey, Breaker,
Yo,
is there? I assume by your size and your name, uh, you like to break stuff, and probably pretty good at it.
Or break dance?
Or
what
break
a
dance.
G. That's what I do best.
Let's see if we can break out of here. How about that?
I'm listening.
Are any are where the doors are where we came through still there?
The doors that you came through,
Yeah, are they still there?
there's only one door that you came through.
Okay,
It's still there,
still there.
but it is
Breaker,
not activated.
it's not activated. I know. How about you and I try to break this door?
What, you want me to punch it or something?
Uh, you can punch it. You can try to force it open. We can run through it. Try to run through it. Anything you want. I got. If you need some extra,
hold on one second.
I can
This
provide that.
door. Hold on, this door. Does it have uh, a knob on it, or do you have to? Is it like some type of you need a thumbprint or what?
This current door does not have anything that looks like a doorknob or anything like that. Any key card access. It is. It looks like all other doors that had the dimensional portals that you all walk through. Except at the moment, it's not glowing red like it was every time it was activated. It's a dull red.
Okay, hold on, guys. So hold on.
Power
Even
suit,
though
power broker's another power suit guy, shooting energy bolts and whatnot from his hands. Nothing special
okay,
You gotta be
there's
the
got to
worst.
other
You gotta
than
be the
money.
worst shield
Nothing that.
agent ever.
That sounds like Wikipedia.
What?
okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me take me to that door. I've got a few theories. A few
Trying to break
theories.
the
You
door.
want somebody to
Break
carry
down
you?
the door.
What are you talking about?
Hey,
Can't you walk to the door? You see the same
Just
door we see.
not walk to the door. Um,
oh my
uh,
god.
Prance, saunter,
hey,
gallop,
Gray Lion.
trot.
Hey, Gray Lion. How tall are you?
Yeah.
How tall are you?
6'3".
You're 6'3". All right, you're a little bit. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna need your suit. Can you detect where there may be power in the door by any chance?
Yeah, let me give that a shot.
Okay, let me go over here. I got a few things in my pocket I'm gonna look for. I'm gonna try to look for a weak spot in this door. Let's see here.
The same weak spot that I'm trying to help me and Breaker are trying to break.
Yeah, but you're trying to break it. Uh, I'm trying to decipher it to open it up because if they're activating this externally, maybe we can find out where it's being activated externally and we can activate it ourselves.
Okay. I go
About
through the door.
70% of that made sense, but knock yourself out.
All right. So let me see here. I'm looking at the side of this thing. Hey Dexter, on these doors, do they have any gaps in between it uh where maybe there's maybe some circuitry there or something?
I don't know
A
why
gray
you're
light?
asking me. I specialize in throwing things.
Well, I'm pretty sure you do, but sometimes it never hurts to have another set of eyes. Hey, Gray Lion, see if you
I
can
mean, my eyes
scan
are
it.
really good.
Hmm?
My eyes are really good,
Well,
but
then,
it's a door with no openings.
Right, this is not a regular door. This opened to a portal.
okay. Well, what I'm doing is I'm assessing what I can and can't do. So, and I've had experience with getting out of places that you can't get out of. So it never hurts to look at what you have, look at what you're up against, and try to figure it out. So
Okay, so as the narrator, what would you like to look at? Try
I
something.
would. I'm going to take my. I have a.
And in the meantime, Gray Lion, roll a logic check for your scan.
All right. 676. Ugh. 616. Um, so I got a total of 13.
Did you do your out of combat logic check? Did you add that too?
That would make it logic. Dang. Uh that would still keep me at 13.
Okay. Um, so you do your scan on the door. Now, if you remember, the previous scan on the door was while it was active, and you noticed that there were some biological components to it. This time, you run a when you do your check, the biological components are no longer being detected, and you're not detecting any energy in the door either.
Hmm. Can I try scanning a part of the wall?
What part of the wall would you like to scan?
Any regular part of the wall that's maybe 2 feet away from the door. See if I can detect any electrical conduits or energy lines supplying power to the building, to the room itself.
Not
No
just the
need to
door.
roll. No
Not
need to.
just the we can't get to the, we seem to get nothing if we scan the door, but
Okay.
You're not getting anything out of the ordinary.
okay. How about this? I adjust the lenses on my helmet to detect cameras in the room.
Um, if there are cameras in the room, there aren't anything visible.
That's why I adjust the lenses to adjust for any
Signals.
light.
Something is going to be giving off some type of signal.
Yeah,
Yeah, something has to be.
What are
Because
you, okay, what spectrum or what are you actually checking?
audio
infrared.
visual for starters. Infrared. Ultraviolet.
I mean, I'm not aware of the capabilities of your helmet, so you need to tell me.
You just said it. I'm scanning for infrared, ultraviolet. The hidden camera is gonna give back some sort of feedback, some sort of light
Okay,
feedback off the lens.
you don't detect any cameras. You don't see any. When you look around the room, you don't even really see anything outside of the walls. So you don't sense anything.
So
Okay.
basically, we're waiting until these dudes finish with whatever test number 2 that they want to do.
Yeah, I tell you,
I would still like to see if me and Breaker can get this door busted open.
hold on. Everything doesn't have to be. Uh,
Everything's not a nail to this dude because he's obviously a hammer.
yes.
Right.
It's the opposite, but they
let's
haven't
get
given us
this
a
thing.
way out, and I'm
Well,
trying to find a way out.
You're getting
wait,
claustrophobic.
give
So
me a
you
second.
think punching the door that we walked through, a door that's not even connected to a wall?
Well, we don't know what's on the other side of the door. We just know when it's on, that when the energy is on, there's a portal on the other side. We don't actually know what is on the other side.
But it's not on.
Right. We know
Okay,
it's not on.
if
He told us
I
that.
tell you what, Dexter,
Right,
if the
I
door,
understand.
if,
I
if the
understand the
door,
door is not on, but it does. Is the other side just nothingness? Is what I want to see what's on the other side.
we can do that, but if you bust it up, if there is a way that we can activate it or deactivate it ourselves, you're going to ruin that. So let's try to figure out how to open this thing if there is a way. And then if we just cannot, then we'll go with plan B.
Not a huge fan of Plan B.
Well, that's all right. I didn't get where I got just having one plan and that's it. So
Okay, so
anyway,
what are
let's
you
go.
guys gonna do?
Gray Lion's looking for the bathroom. He's scanning for a way to go take a leak.
Okay.
I
Um,
don't know what you want, sir.
hold on. There's
I
a
just said it, sir. Plain and obvious.
Hey narrator. Does this door have a slight gap in it?
You can't ask the narrator for information like that.
Okay. All right. So
Breaking the fourth wall.
so I'll tell you what, you know what? After looking over this door, I don't see anything that we can use to open this up. So if you guys want to go and try to break it down, that's on you. Go ahead.
Breaker says, I don't even think it's a good idea to try. So if you want to do it, you go right ahead, henchman.
Henchman walked away.
Well,
Finally, he shut up.
so as Hitchman starts to walk up toward the door to do whatever, the red light reactivates on the door and it opens up. And you hear Victoria say, all right, it's time for the next test. You guys walk on in. And now it's time for the break. All right, welcome back, everyone. So when we left off, a henchman was about to attack a door for no reason.
Not the
And
henchman.
and then
I was getting Breaker to do it.
the door activated and Victoria's voice came over whatever device she's using to be able to communicate with them into the room. So everybody, I'm assuming, is going to walk into the room with no problem, correct?
Yes, I'm
Ask Baxter that question. He might decide to go left at the last second.
Oh, come on, guys. You guys don't let anything go. All right, so everybody goes into the room. and you walk into this room, and it's dimly lit. There is a chair in the middle of the room. It's like just looks like kind of like a normal chair. Uh, it's metal, and there's like a lamp over the chair. And you look to the side of the chair, and there's like this metal tray. You can't quite see what's on it, but it looks like there's some type of tools that might be on it. You see Paladin standing next to the chair, and he has nothing on but boxers. And he just says, he asks, Greyline, you're a shield agent. You probably know how to do this. Come over here and bind my hands behind my back. So he hands you walk. Are you going to walk up to him? What do you do?
I'm gonna ask him to put his pants on first.
Hey, that's a reasonable request.
I do not disagree. I second that motion.
Third.
Fourth.
You guys just uncooperative for no reason.
No, it's reasons.
Yeah,
The big purple dude is standing there with no in his drawers.
hey man,
That's reason.
yeah.
These are protective draws. They helping you and him.
Was it a chastity belt?
Right.
I hope
No.
so.
Clearly something is going on which requires him to be dressed the way he is. Are you going to cooperate or not?
Okay,
Okay.
I will cautiously walk toward Mr. Paladin. Does he still have his mask on,
His helmet.
or
Are
his
you
helmet, or
asking?
whatever?
Are you asking their character or out of character?
I'm asking out of character, but yeah.
No, he doesn't have anything on but his boxers. As you approach him, he turns around
Yeah, I don't even
and
like the sound of that.
he hands you some.
Henchman says, I hope they don't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil floating around here either.
I hope they don't have, but what's left is 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Paladin says, "Trust me, no Diddy. I'm gonna get down with it." So he passes you a roll of duct tape.
You sure this is no Diddy?
It's positive. I hope so. That's up to you at this point. So he hands Gray Lion the duct tape. He places his hands behind his back and he says, "Bind my hands." I'm going to need you to roll. Let's say logic. Let's say a logic check.
Okay. I got what's this? 11.
11. Okay. That wasn't great. Okay, so you do a somewhat adequate job of duct taping his hands together. Now I'm going to need everybody in the room who was observing this to roll a vigilance check.
Vigilance check. Okay.
Since I remember mine, I got a +2 to my vigilance. So.
Okay, roll a vigilance check.
Does that include me?
That includes you, everybody in the room.
You mean even though he just rolled?
He rolled a logic check because he was
true.
trying. He was doing the duct taping.
Right. Vigilance check.
I got a 15.
I got a
Okay.
14 plus vigilance. I got an 18 vigilance.
15 also.
What did you get, Sal?
Total.
18
Okay.
total.
What about you, Kyle? What did you get?
I got a 12.
Well, okay. Um, Nick, what did you get?
Jamar,
Yeah,
did you roll?
Are you paying attention?
I am. I was I was moving something out the way. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. I rolled a 6, a 10. This is logic. Got a 13.
Vigilance. Vigilance.
I mean, oh, vigilance. I said logic. I did say logic.
Okay, so
2.
everybody that rolled a 15 and below, you didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Okay.
I'm an
Okay.
Anybody?
investigator. Here's hoping I'll notice something.
You said you what?
I'm an investigator. Here's hoping I notice something.
You don't need to because you rolled high enough.
Gotcha.
Everybody that rolled a 16 and above, which would be mainline. Wait, is it only mainline?
Yep.
Hold on, I gotta roll for Mike Baxter as well.
Okay.
Okay, he failed. So mainline
Yep.
and Kiri, you notice that while Gray Lion was duct taping Paladin's hands together, he was using something called the diamond technique.
Mm-hmm.
And what that does is he's clasping his hands together in a way that would allow him to have space to move even while the duct tape is being applied. So you and Kiri notice that. You don't know what's happening now or what the test is, but you have that knowledge. And if you want to tell people that knowledge, you can. Kiri is not saying a word.
I'm not saying nothing.
All right. All right. So, Paladin gets his hands duct tape. He sits in the chair, and there are bindings for not only the uh, you basically you need to bind his feet to the chair as well, Bam. I'm sorry, not Bam. Gray Lion. So bind his feet to the chair as well.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, what you roll?
11. Logic check, right?
Yep.
11.
All right. So you do a decent job binding his feet to the chair. And we're gonna do it for that. Do it like that for now. You're also going to while that's happening, Victoria is going to come from around the side, and she's just going to basically strap his torso to the back of the chair using a rope. She ties it up. You all can all see it's really, really tight. Okay. So Victoria is saying, okay, this is the next test. We need to see how you all can handle an interrogation. So the goal is to get as much information about Paladin as you can out of him without killing him. Interrogation would be extremely easy if killing a person was an option. But this is just a test to see how good you guys are at doing this sort of thing. Any questions?
Nope. What
Nope,
information are we supposed to be trying to get? Like in what form? Does he know a base? Does he know a
I'll
drug
leave that up
dealer?
to you. We leave that up to you.
Secondly, I'll ask if he's with information, are we to assume that what he's telling us is true?
It's just a test. So you can assume whatever you like to assume. You can ask whatever you like to ask. Do whatever you think you need to do to extract information out of Paladin.
Okay. We're in the room. Since we have to interrogate him, are there any interrogation tools in the room.
I'm gonna say that every we're about to roll initiative right now. So the way this is gonna work, even though it's not a battle, it's going to be done like a battle.
Each one of us will
So
have a chance.
everybody's gonna get a chance to try to extract information out of him. If you decide to attack him, damage will be done. You can do damage to both his health and his focus. Focus being something that is based on energy and concentration. If you do damage to his concentration, you may be able to extract more information. You can use any method that you would like to do so. And we're going to go through 3 rounds. If you knock him out, he'll be given one of those pills, and you are out for knocking him out. You now no longer have a turn. Got it?
Yep.
All right, so roll for initiative.
That's bad.
I rolled
So
a
remember, you have to add your vigilance out of combat score to this check, and let me know if you have a
Got a 20.
all right, so 25 to 20. Who has 25 to 20?
Me. 5,
Okay,
5,
just
6 plus 4.
main
20.
line. Anybody else?
nope. I got it. I just got
All
11.
right, who has nine? I'm sorry, 25. I'm sorry. Now who has 20 to 14? I mean to 15. Nobody? Man, y'all roll bad.
Yeah,
Super bad.
All right. 14 to 10.
me.
Me. Okay.
What did you roll?
13.
11.
Wow. Bad. Um, what what about 9 to 5?
7.
Me, 8.
Good Lord. Talking all that stuff and you rolling this weak stuff.
Quiet, you.
Um,
Oh,
okay,
that's
so
right. I got an edge on the vigilance checks. I forgot about that. I'm an investigator.
vigilance checks doing what?
I'm an expert investigator. I have an edge on vigilance checks to spot clues and on logic checks related to interpreting clues.
You ain't
Well,
got no clue.
make sure you use that.
Right.
I got
I,
investigator and interrogator too.
okay.
Yep. Make sure you use it. I'm still
And
putting
I have
the
an
rest
edge
of
on
these
initiative checks, but I just got 20 on this one, so I guess I'm good.
putting the rest of these guys into their positions. Okay. More. Oh wow. Last but not least, Mr. Nick Halden.
Nick Harding got a.
You said what?
You
Not
want to
Nick
know my
Halden. I'm
score?
sorry. I'm sorry, Mike Baxter.
Oh,
All right. So, all right. So Kiri's up first.
Hey,
She rolled
Interesting.
her roll was crazy. She actually gets a bonus roll because she rolled a fantastic success. So she walks up and she looks at Paladin, just observes him a little bit. She looks on the tray next to him, and she basically just acts like she doesn't see anything over there. Um, and she starts by just backhand slapping Paladin.
oh, she mad at him for what happened. What happened?
Got to keep the pimp hand strong.
Um, First of all the correct combat stuff does apply. So did she even hit the slap? Um,
Don't have her miss this slap. Come on.
he barely hits the slap. So when a person is bound like this, they still have a defensive 10. She hits
Hmm.
the slap. Um, he takes all right, he takes 6 points of damage. Um, she asks him, or she says, I would like to know the name of the man that shot Remedy in the face. That was the worst Japanese accent in history.
It
Who,
was.
who got shot in the face?
Paladin, oh, well, you don't know because you weren't there.
Right.
I know.
Remedy, he said Remedy. Um, Paladin just looks at her and smirks. He doesn't say anything. Um, Mainline, you're up.
Hmm. So now I have to roll.
Well, you get to determine what you want to do. It's your turn. If you want to look at things, if you want to observe Paladin, you don't have to attack. You can just
Hmm.
ask a question. It's up to you how you handle this. You only got 3 rounds.
Why are you here, Paladin?
He looks at you and I'm not telling you anything.
Hmm. Do I get to roll against that?
Sure, you like
Okay. Because I got a logic
roll,
check.
roll an ego check. It's not logic.
Says edge on logic or ego checks. Okay, cool. Okay, 632. Got an edge. Rerolling this two. Roll a three. Okay, so I got a 12 plus. Hold on. Oh, no, I got an. Wait. Oh, investigation is vigilance.
I mean, this is
Gotcha.
this is
Okay,
not investigation. This is interrogation.
right. Yeah, I see it. Interrogation is ego or logic.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what did you roll?
I rolled a. Let's see. 9.
That's your totals, even with the out of combat score?
That's the total with the Kyle combat score. Yeah.
He just
Terrible.
laughed.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right. It's Dexter's turn. Dexter is a little bit hesitant, it looks like, but he walks on up to Paladin and he asks him, "What kind of special tools will you give us access to if we win the right to work with you directly?" And Paladin looks at him and says, "I have no reason to give you any information right now." And Dexter, he looks around the room. He looks like he's thinking about maybe making a decision on what to do, but instead he walks away.
He should have popped him in the face with a quarter.
You didn't hit him.
I don't have a quarter.
You got hands and a gun.
I'm not
So
about to
Remedy,
knock him out and be out this round.
Remedy walks up. She looks um she looks better than she has been looking in the earlier tests. She rolls. We don't know what she's trying to do, but we need to roll for it. Ooh, fantastic. So she touches Paladin. Have to roll again. And she heals the damage that he's taking.
She touches him, does what?
She heals the damage that he's taking.
Interesting.
And the henchman sees her and is like, "Oh, okay." That changed everything.
And she looks at him and she says, "Can you at least tell us your real name?" And he looks at her and says, "I wouldn't tell you that if I could." And she walks away. Now it's Gray Lion's turn.
Okay. I rolled.
What are you rolling for?
What are you doing?
Roll for the. We just asked the question.
You determine what you want to do.
Okay, my interrogation just gives me a second chance to ask a question, or
listen to me. It's an interrogation.
uh-huh.
You can do whatever you want to do to try to get him to give you information. You can attack him. You can try to persuade him. You can ask questions without doing anything. It's up to you.
All right. And we this is gonna happen for 3 rounds.
Yeah, you got 3 rounds.
Okay.
Potentially.
I'm gonna get in his face and ask him, did he vote for Trump in 2024?
What did you roll?
I had rolled
Ego check.
Is he even a citizen of the United States? Is he even from this planet? Dude is purple.
His skin isn't purple.
Oh,
No, he's a yeah. No, he's not purple. His suit is purple.
oh, okay.
What did you roll?
all right, I gotta re-roll because I don't remember what I rolled before. I rolled a 14.
Is that with the ego score?
The 9,
15,
the 9.
including
And
15, including the ego.
you also get an edge for interrogation too, right?
Yes.
So you get to re-roll Your lowest die.
Nah, I'm good on that.
Okay. Well, he looks you dead in the face and says, I don't vote.
And I cock my head, call him a cursing insult, and then walk away.
Did you scan his vitals to see if he was lying, or is your janky suit not able to do that either?
That's
Are you
not a
trying to
feature
help?
built into
Are
the
you trying
suit,
to help
sir.
him?
Hey,
Are
we
you
want to
trying
take
to
advantage
Good.
of as many turns as possible. He the one standing over here in this super high tech suit that don't get no phone signal.
Okay, your K and G suit don't do anything either.
Yeah, but I also didn't get jumped by a monkey.
can
I
we
You
took
weren't.
Paladin down.
Victoria, Victoria
How are
says
you
we go
commenting on
to the
something that you weren't even in the
goddamn
room
meeting.
for?
You the
And
one
what's
that's
wrong with you, bro?
traumatized and got PTSD by getting jumped by the monkey. You the one that kept bringing it up.
Nick, it's your turn. Victoria says, Nick, it's your turn. Please step up.
All right. I'm gonna step up. Paladin. All right. Well, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk to Paladin, and I'm gonna ask him, "Are you here against your will?" And I'm gonna roll for the uh for for the ego check, right?
Is he out? Do you already have him?
I don't.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Uh, I got a 15.
Okay, you got it. That's a success. He's going to answer. He's going to answer this question. He says, "What would make you think I wasn't? That I was here against my will?"
Almost nobody who I've dealt with agrees to get tied up unless they have a ulterior motive.
Well, sounds like you haven't lived very much, buddy. I get tied up all the time.
Hmm.
I don't know if Toxie Doxy
Okay.
want our business out like that.
Uh, we didn't ask you to volunteer that information.
And yet,
Well,
here we
he
are.
did.
Right.
Yes.
All right,
So
it's Mike's turn because
okay.
so
Well, at least we know something.
He get tied up a lot. Yeah.
yeah, live a little, Bucko. All right, so Mike is like he been itching for action. Mike transforms.
Here
Oh
we
boy,
go.
here we
Here we
go.
go.
This is
Did he just jump in front of? He just doing
this
this?
this is the first time you all have seen. Some of you have seen this before.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
Dexter throws his hands up and turns around in a circle like you can't believe this guy.
So
Mike
Raylion
what
looks at
I
Dexter and says, "Yup, here we go."
Mike doesn't even move from his spot. He's going to throw a shadow shuriken directly at Paladin.
so he's jumping in front of line. He's jumping.
It's his turn.
It's his turn. Okay. Because I know you how he is. So I was like, he's just jumping in front.
No, he's not jumping in front.
Okay.
He also has an edge on this skill. Um, uh, he misses. Um, he looks very, very disappointed. And Paladin just looks at him and says, "Man, you are terrible. You're the worst assassin I've ever seen in my life,
The
sir.
worst assassin you
And
heard
I've
of, huh?
seen them all."
But you
All
have heard of
right.
him.
Slade is your turn.
He did get some info out of him.
I'm going to walk up to him and ask, why did you help me with my powers when we fought earlier?
He says, well, because it made the fight a lot more fun. And because we're actually here to test you guys, so I need to see what you can do.
Okay.
Anything else? It's your turn. What you gonna do?
Oh, I can keep asking?
You so speaking is not an action. You still have the option to do something else, like attack or something like that.
No, I'm good right now.
All right. It's Breaker's turn. Breaker doesn't know how to do much but break things, so he's gonna step up and he's gonna just punch him in the try to punch him in the face. He's got a fantastic failure. Wait, no, wait, 6, 7, 8, 19. No, he doesn't. I forget. He's in the seat, so no, he doesn't. So he connects, and it's a fantastic success. So it's actually going to take double damage here. Um, let's see. Breaker's smart, isn't
Me.
he? He does 28 points of damage.
Nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I got something for him. You're gonna start answering some questions this next go round.
And now it's Henchman's turn. What you gonna do?
Uh, what is in this room? Are there implements?
So, what exactly are you looking at?
Uh, I want to find some. I want to see if I see any towels in a sink.
So right next to Paladin, there's a tray. On that tray, there is a scalpel. There are towels, and there's a sink next to the tray.
Okay. So I walk up. Paladin, uh, how you feeling? Are you comfortable?
He doesn't say anything.
Okay. So I just tried to ask a nice question, something that doesn't give anything away, and you choose to make this tough. Turn the
Get
water
on,
on the sink.
get on with it.
Turn the water on in the sink. Put the towels in the sink. How you
Good old,
feeling?
good old fashioned waterboarding.
All I'm asking is how you feeling. That's it.
Who's after henchman?
Um, he still just looks at you with a smirk.
Yeah. Okay. Pop out 2 clones. That's 10. They take the chair.
You can only do
One at a time.
one at a time. Remember?
Oh, 1. I'll pop out a clone.
All right, so that's 5 focus.
5 focus.
You got to keep track of that.
I know. I'm at 85. You still, how you feeling now? Anything? You ready to tell me? You can say anything. I just want an answer so I can have one answer like
Well,
the other guys.
well, at this point, you've already used all your actions, so you're gonna have to wait for your next turn to do anything.
All right. Well, the water's running and I got a clone out.
All right. So at the end of the round, um, we all take a look at him at Paladin. He looks like that punch hurt him a little bit. but he also doesn't seem like he's rattled. So we can start at the beginning again.
Back to me.
Series.
Kiri had the first turn.
Gotcha.
Kiri, she walks up and she's gonna try to duplicate the same roundhouse kick on Paladin that he did on her in the room.
Paladin was wearing her out.
The henchman says, "What happened in that room?" She not even saying nothing. She want to get it back in blood.
For real.
And
Gray Lion just yells, "Spinning bird kick."
It's so disrespectful, sir. All right, so the kick connects. So she does. Y'all so stupid, man. y'all, y'all are so stupid. All right, so she does. So she does 5 points of damage. Didn't do much, but she says, "Okay." She looks at Victoria. She says, "We have three tries, correct?" And Victoria says, "Yes, this is your second attempt out of three." And so she says, "Why did you shoot Remedy in the face?"
That's the most Jamaican Japanese
That's
accent.
At this point, it's just funny. And he looks at her and he says, "When you guys gonna start asking some actual questions that matter? We're testing you guys. I know Remedy has strong healing abilities. I wanted to see how strong they were. That's it." She walks away. She does not look happy, but that's the answer. Main line is on you.
Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. I have in my hand a 1911 Colt 45. Multiple people are gonna come after me and ask questions. You're tied up to a chair and sitting in your boxers. Everyone who comes after me needs to get an answer before I see you again. Or I'm going to unload this entire Colt 45 in your junk.
Beat me to it.
Who's next?
Okay.
Whoever's next.
So it's
Not me.
Dexter's turn.
It's whose turn?
It's Dexter's turn.
Okay.
Um, Dexter doesn't even move from his spot. He stepped towards the back. He pulls out a quarter and he takes a shot. Uh, he goes for the thin part of the forehead. And he hits. He has an edge on these throws, so let's try it again. Same thing.
I'm also going to yell 3 points.
So the quarter bounces off his forehead, and he doesn't bleed or anything like that. But he takes Who's going to take
3 points of damage for a quarter.
13 points of damage?
Main quarter.
He's good at throwing stuff.
Right.
And he's not going to ask anything at this time.
How convenient.
Remedy, she walks up to him again. Okay. She succeeded in her attempt to do something roll. He's going to touch him again.
Touch.
All right. She succeeded in that.
You got the
This
touch.
time, he is not going to heal all of his wounds because he's been damaged a decent amount. He's going to heal 8 points of damage. She says, which person in this room do you want to work with the most? He looks at her and he says, all right, I gave you a little bit of I gave you an answer for the first one because you healed me a little bit just to be nice, but I don't have any reason to tell you that. She's like, she puts her head down, grabs her arm, and walks away. Gray Lion, it's your turn.
Oops. Drop my die here. Give me a second. Okay. I will walk up to Paladin. Grab a nipple and twist. My question is now to
Wait,
him.
grab a nipple with, you said you grab, okay, so roll for grapple.
He said roll for grapple.
Roll for grapple.
Exactly. Oh, crap.
Oh,
6.
This dude whiffed on a nipple twist.
So you try to reach for his nipple, and Paladin, he does this adept dodge to the left, and your fingers miss. You stub your fingers against his chest. And Paladin just looks at you, is like, oh, I see you like you trying to tie me up or something, huh?
You
Oh my
requested the
goodness.
tie up.
That's true.
Right.
Just ask my question anyway. Give me the login for your OnlyFans account.
He too busy laughing at you to answer anything you have to say after you just tried to twist his nipple. Go somewhere, man.
And failed to
Don't
twist
get
his
out of
nipple.
here. Yo, get your crazy self out of here, man.
Hey man, you forced me to roll a grapple. Hey, I don't know
You out
what
here
else.
purple nurpling folks, man. What's wrong with you? What is wrong? So it's Nick's turn now.
Oh my goodness. Well, what Nick's gonna do is Nick is gonna try to soften him up a little bit for the next person. So what Nick's gonna do, Nick's going to do a mental punch on him.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead. Roll.
Oh man, you know what? I forgot to re-roll my lowest dice.
I got a
You don't get to re-roll your lowest dice on a grapple. You don't have edge
on the question.
You don't have edge on nipple twist.
What about the question I asked?
He couldn't answer your question. He was laughing hysterically.
You laughing for
How's
now?
laughter stopping? Okay, whatever.
I rolled a 19.
19. What'd you roll on your marble die?
I rolled a 6.
And what's your melee score?
My melee score is a +3.
A 3. All right, so you do 9 points of focus damage. All right, what do you do now?
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna let him know, hey, if there is a test that I have to pass, what is it that I'm trying, or what information do you have that I need to know? You know something? I'm here to figure out what you know. What is it?
All right, roll a persuasive check since you have success against him.
I'm rolling for a what check?
A persuasion. Don't you have an edge in that?
No, I don't have. See, I don't
What are
have
your
that.
traits?
Uh, my traits are weird, criminal connection, and deal maker.
And what?
Deal maker.
Okay, well, you didn't try to make a deal, but still, you still need to roll a ego check for persuasion. You're trying to get me to answer a question I don't want to ask.
Okay, so I rolled a 5, ego 7, and I rolled a 1 on my Marvel die.
Wait, you said ego was 7.
I rolled a 4, 5, 6. I rolled an 8, a total of 8, but I rolled a 1 on my Marvel die.
Okay, what's your out of combat ego score?
2.
Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna get it done.
But
Uh,
I got a 1 on my dice.
you got a 1 on your Marvel die?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so you got a fantastic failure. So this is how this is gonna work. You're not gonna get the answer you want. He looks at you and says, "I'm not gonna tell you how to pass any test because everybody that is involved in this has a different scoring system. So I can't even really answer that for you. Um, that's all I got. I could tell you what I'm looking for, but I'm not going to. So the fantastic failure part of it is you're going to do some focus damage to him from that question. So you do 11 points of focus damage. So even though you didn't get what you wanted, you stressed him out a little bit.
I hope
Uh,
I stress. I hope he gets stressed out a lot.
nope,
Ugh.
definitely not. Uh, it's Mike's turn.
Dang.
I was like, man, all day, all day, you guys been making fun of me. I'm sick of this, man. Tries another shuriken. This time he throws it straight for Paladin's neck. That one is a hit. So he's going to do 6 points of damage. Um, he sits there and he's thinking about if he has a question to ask. But he decides not to ask anything. Slate, it's on you.
Okay. At this point, you have to be hurting Paladin. And it's only going to be getting worse. And I'm going to try and punch his kneecap as hard as I can.
Okay. Roll for melee attack.
Rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8.
Yep.
even with the melee score.
Yep.
All right, so you try to hit him in the knee and you miss, and you tap his shorts a little bit with the back of your hand. It's like, hey man, at least take me out first.
Like I said, getting worse. I maintain eye contact and I slowly back away.
All right. All right, so Breaker, like, man, am I the only one doing any real damage to this guy? All right, I'm gonna break you, Paladin. He walks up,
Not the point break.
man, back up. Nipple twister. Well, twist your nipples.
I draw my gun, point it at him, and say, "Try it."
Man, maybe you should have pointed your gun at Paladin earlier instead of trying to fiddle his nipple talia, whatever you call it. So this dude rolls a fantastic failure. 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, it's a fantastic success.
Again.
It's a square, square in the nose.
Oh, that won't be good.
It's not good. He is quite the idiot. All right, so
Breaker, you can only beat up with non-moving targets. Had you done that against the gorilla, we'd have been in better shape.
maybe. All right, so let's see. So he does 18 points of damage. And because of fantastic success, hit him right in the nose. He breaks his nose. Paladin is bleeding and stunned. You're gonna take 5 points of focus damage as well. Now that he's bleeding, at the end of each round, he will lose 5 health. Henchman, is your turn.
Thanks a lot, Breaker. Now you punch something when I was trying to get you to punch something earlier. And
Shut
now
up.
this guy is hurt. Paladin, you say that there was a scoring system here for who is at the top of the scoring system.
Paladin is breathing a little bit harder now. So he's a little bit stressed physically. That's not how it works at all. There is no hierarchy.
There is no good man. I tap him on the head, step away.
With that, that's the end of the round. He loses 5 health. Everybody roll a vigilance check with trouble.
With trouble.
Yep.
All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Ooh.
And then I got to re-roll my lowest, right? Or my highest, right?
Huh?
I said, and I got to re-roll my highest, right?
Yep. Everybody's got to reload their highest. And
you
actually,
said,
it's not even trouble, it's double trouble.
Oh my God.
got it.
My bad.
So re-roll the highest again.
You're gonna do it twice.
Okay.
Oh,
Sweet.
yeah.
Even though it's
I got an edge on vigilance checks. So I only got one trouble.
What's giving you an edge on vigilance checks again?
Investigation.
No, this is wait,
I haven't.
what?
I'm an expert investigator. I have an edge on vigilance checks.
Just all vigilance checks?
On vigilance checks to spot clues. I can't just be spotting clues at any point in time.
Um,
Are I always trying to spot clues if I'm an investigator?
not necessarily, sir.
Oh, all
But
right.
in this case, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Aren't you an investigator, Bam?
I
Gray
am
Lion?
indeed.
Right. Okay. Then
So
we
you
only
all
got
only have
one
one.
trouble.
Everybody else has double trouble. What did y'all roll?
Ugh.
I got a 10.
Uh,
I got an 8.
I got a
Okay.
6, 7, 8, and I got
It
a
don't even
9.
matter. It don't even matter.
If I
Tell me,
roll a one
Oh,
on my Marvel die, does it count as one or does it count as a fantastic?
fantastic.
Counts as a one, but you got to re-roll it.
Oh,
Oh, because of the trouble. Yeah, I got a
Right.
9 total.
I mean, it counts as a 6, obviously, but it will be a fantastic 6. You got to re-roll it though.
okay.
Yeah, I got a 9. Whack mess.
What you get, Bam?
I got a 5. No, 7. There's a
Okay. All right. Looks like most all of you guys failed. Let me add these other guys, other folks check. Trouble. Ooh, that sucks. Double trouble. All right. Kerry failed. Mike. Mike fails. Remedy fails. I don't even have to do a trouble. That was terrible. Breaker fails. Dexter.
knew that.
Yeah, Dexter failed too. So, all right. Round 3. As you look at Paladin at the end of round 3, he slumped over. He looks like he is trying to uh, focus a little bit. He's going to use, but he doesn't. He's going to use. You know what? No, he's not going to use anything. But he looks focused, even though he obviously is in pain. He's breathing a little heavy. But he's still smirking. Kiri's turn. So Kiri pulls out something you guys have never seen before. It's some type of cord. Is very thin.
You seen that cord?
Well, you saw the string that the cord was supposed to be. You've never
Okay.
seen the cord in action.
Okay.
She
Right. We've
walks
never
up
seen it in
to, she
action.
walks up behind him and she's gonna attempt to grapple him.
A garrote, garrote.
Surprisingly, she fails. That's crazy.
His neck just flexes out of.
Just actually, that's not what happened. So she tries to grapple him, and suddenly you see his hands come from behind his back. The roll you guys were rolling was him breaking out of the
Duct tape.
he attempts to grapple her. He's able to get one hand out from behind the rope,
What a shoddy tape job.
and he rolls a fantastic success.
As if you could do better.
So he reaches up. He reaches straight up. She's behind him, and when she attempts to grab him with the rope, He reaches up in between the rope, grabs her head, and pulls it down over the back of the chair. So he's holding her neck over the back of the chair and holding her head with two hands. But he doesn't do anything, but she's stuck. She's gonna attempt to escape with a reaction. She does escape. She escapes, she gasps and steps back, but that's her turn. So now Paladin is sitting there, hands free, legs still bound, rope still around his chest. Mainline is on you.
His hands are free.
His hands are free.
Okay, let's get it. Roll to put his double tap on his nuts. All right. 6, 5, 13 plus 4. I'm at 17.
Full
All right,
tap on his
marble
nuts.
die. What's your marble die? What did you roll in your marble die?
5.
5?
Yep.
What's your agility multiplier?
Oh, my agility multiplier. Hold on. Agility multiplier is 3.
All right, so 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. You did 26
Plus,
points of damage.
He should be out.
Only to his nuts.
26 points of damage, and he is unconscious. You are out.
it's the third round.
Okay, you knocked him out. That's your turn. So Victoria walks up to him and gives him one of those pills that
Miraculously heal his nads.
miraculously heals him. So his nuts come back. You see the blood stain in the boxers. And Paladin is now back to full health.
So the only thing that got damaged is his boxers. It's just a giant hole there with all types of unpleasantness.
He just looks at you like, man, that wasn't cool.
Hey, I told you what I was about.
Man,
Told you.
man of your word, huh?
Yep.
All right, it's Dexter's turn, and Dexter is just like,
If anything, he should have blew up the chair, depending on how strong the chair is.
thanks for the food, bird. Oh, no problem. Uh, Dexter is a little bit confused about what he should do now.
Hey, learn from Malcolm in the Middle. The Nard's a fair game.
So he looks at the main line. It's like, man, you just reset everything back to full health in the last round.
He wasn't giving up any information anyway. What did we have to lose?
He sighs. All right, so
I
close out
fought the
another
dude.
quarter.
You wasn't about to make him unconscious, just smacking him upside the head with the rest of y'all.
All right, man, whatever. Pulls out his quarter and he aims for his eyes. That's a hit. Mm, that's 14 points of damage. And he looks him dead in the eye and he says, you told us that one of the things you could offer us is information on the black market and that you have connections with heroes and criminals all over the world. I'm looking for the man that murdered my mother. Do you know anything about the mercenary named Bullseye? Paladin looks him dead in the face and says, I've worked with him in the past. And Dexter shakes his head and walks away. Remedy's turn. Remedy walks up, tries to punch him in the face as hard as she can. It's going to be a hit. She does 7 points of damage. She says, I don't even have anything to ask this guy at this point, and she just walks off. It's almost like she doesn't even care about winning, and she doesn't even really like this situation. Gray Lion, it's on you.
Okay. Am I allowed to grab something out of my utility belt?
Of course you are.
All right. I'm going to pull out an injector vial of sodium pentothal and inject him with it.
When did you get this?
Been in my utility belt.
You were supposed to disclose everything you had in your utility belt to me, and this was not mentioned. We'll talk about that later.
You said weapons. These are
I'm talking about outside of the game, sir, not in game. Go ahead.
Okay. Roll 4, right?
You don't have to roll to inject somebody with sodium pentothal. Go ahead.
Okay, I rolled. I asked it. I'm going to repeat one of the questions. Who is in the lead? Which of the contestants is in the lead of this little game?
So Paladin, who was pretty much fully healed and has now regained the little bit of cockiness that he had lost, he looks at you and says, how does a shield agent not know that it takes time for sodium pentothal to work?
Uh,
And then he says, maybe you weren't listening to the earlier question, but everyone of the benefactors has a different scale. So I can't answer that for anybody but myself. And I see no need to answer you. However, go ahead and roll because you are an investigator. Let's see if you can force me to answer.
Terry.
All right. I rolled
This is an ego check.
so I got 10.
You got a 10 in total, even with the ego out of combat score.
Yeah.
You got an edge, so try to roll your lowest die.
So that puts me to come on. 11.
Not enough.
Nope, I'm sorry. With the out of combat score, it puts me to 12.
Still not enough. All right. Nick, you're up. Last chance.
Hey Nick, why don't you go take a long dump? Might help your chances when you come back.
Nah, that's not what we're gonna do. Uh,
What's wrong with a long dump? That's what I like to do when I want to
That
clear
means
my mind.
a long one means you ain't had no vegetables.
all right.
No, that's the opposite.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk up here
Nick,
to.
Nick,
I am
go
Nick.
go have a smoke.
No, thank you. No,
Stall.
I got one more to do. We're gonna do another mental punch on them.
Okay. Just know that
Hey
I've been
Nick.
focus is fully healed now. So
Hey, yo,
Oh,
Nick.
okay. All right.
Hey, yo, Nick.
So yeah.
Go get you a Coke out the vending machine.
Is there any reason why you want me to do that?
So sodium pentothal will kick in.
So,
Yes. I'm
Are you not paying attention that he just said he need more time?
if you walk away, that's your movement action, and you won't be able to get back to take your turn. So you better do what you got to do. This is
Right.
what
this is
what
an
I
okay.
will
engagement.
There's plenty of people. There's still plenty of people after Nick.
We need to make this more effective. Hey,
Yeah,
yo,
that's
Nick.
true.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, if I do another mental punch, that should
His focus
uh
is at full health because he
oh
got
so
healed because Sale mainline blew his nuts off.
okay.
I had to.
You really
Did,
didn't.
didn't
I
have
really
to.
did.
Okay. Well,
But
It
now
doesn't
he's
lose any funniness over time.
it's you like the double tap nuts.
okay.
I,
Tell you
I gotta call a
what we'll
spade a
do here.
spade. You know, it is what it is.
I'm gonna all right, I got one more
He's
question I'm gonna ask you. One more question I'm gonna ask you.
Oh, I think I'm sleepy.
And here it is. Can you tell me who tied you up?
we were all sitting here while he did it. What do you mean by tied me up? You mean
Who
the rope?
what person ordered you to be tied up? Or who gave you the action command uh to sit here and be interrogated?
Maybe that's his kink.
Well,
That's your last question?
okay,
It's
okay.
it's a
Hold on.
test. We're
Huh?
testing you guys out. This is a part of the test. Somebody had to do
Okay.
it.
Okay. So so here's my question. I'll tell you what, here's my question. No, let me make a statement to you. I have ties to several criminal organizations that have access to a plethora of information. If you tell me what I need to know to find out, uh, to get answers, I will give you access to our resources to complete uh, something that you need that maybe in the past you haven't had the opportunity to. But you got to give me something I can work with.
You trying to make a deal, so that means you have a edge on this. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with an edge. Ego.
Ego. I wrote a 13.
Roll a 13.
Yep.
All right, that'll get it done. So this is how he responds. He says, I don't have a problem making a deal with you at any point. But maybe you don't realize who you're talking to right now. I'm one of the most famous mercenaries on this planet. I've worked with the Avengers. heroes for hire, villains for hire. Pretty much anybody that has ever made a team, I've been paid to work with them. You think you got more information than I do?
Uh, I'm aware of who you have access to, but with the things that my organization can do, nobody else can do it. And I promise
You
you.
never heard of your organization.
All
And
right,
I'm Paladin.
I tell you what, I'll give you the reason you haven't heard of my organization is because it's not it's not well known, and we keep it very, very, very tight-lipped. But I tell you what, if you give me a word now, I'll give you the name of my organization.
I'm good.
Okay.
Should have just shot him in the nuts.
I thought I could make a deal, but apparently I can't.
You can't make a deal with somebody you don't know. You need something on him. Do you know his family, his kids? You got this super secret squirrel organization. Like, what's his real name? Where he from?
Why are you
Can you
doing
threaten
this?
to blow up his hood?
Why y'all are talking? Mike throws another shirt. And he barely hits. He
Darn, I
barely,
was gonna do something in between that.
and he does 4 points of damage.
Hold on. When he does that, can I just shoot the shuriken?
Shoot
Uh,
the
you could
shuriken.
try. No, you just took your well, you do
Turn.
have a reaction. So we'll say you can try to help. So you try to shoot the shuriken, roll a melee check. I mean agility check. It's got to be I say it's got to be more than challenging. It's got to be a difficult check. So you got to hit a 14.
Where your picture at?
Okay. You said it's got to be a 14.
You got to hit a 14. So do an agility check.
Yeah. Yeah, I came up short on it.
What did you roll?
Well,
What's on your Marvel die?
a 4.
All right, so you take a shot. The bullet goes right past the shuriken. The shuriken hits his target, does damage, and you almost shot Victoria. So she looks at you because she was standing on the opposite side. She just looks at you and just shakes her head. She doesn't say anything though. Um, Slate, it's your turn. Your last turn.
Okay. The last question that I have is you told us you have connections. You told us you have weapons. It's obvious, to me at least, that when it's said and done, you wouldn't need us to keep doing what you're doing. So, whoever you decide to choose, what do you plan on using us for?
I'll answer that. I consider myself to be the perfect mercenary. I work for whoever, whenever, as long as the check clears. I'm simply going to give you the opportunity to do the same thing. Maybe we can work together. Maybe we can find out some things that I wouldn't have necessarily been able to find out on my own. Despite all of my connections, there are definitely organizations that I don't have full access to. And maybe I I finally in my life have decided that I want to know things that I didn't know.
This dude, straight up lying.
Am I?
Dude, I would do an opportunity. I offered this guy an opportunity, and he turns me down like I am just some low level, low level organization. There's got to be a catch to it.
I've never heard of your organization.
And I was willing to tell you, and you turned it down.
Well, you know
Maybe,
what?
maybe his organization is so secret and shadowy, they never needed you or wanted you. How about that?
Do you want the information out of him or not?
There are plenty of people and plenty of organizations that wouldn't want to hire me for whatever reason. But please remember that I have the reputation of getting the job done and doing exactly what I was paid to do. So why
So you're
wouldn't you want me?
so you're the best at what you do?
I'm not the best at what I do, but I am the one that you know will do what he does, what he's been paid to do.
Unless paid more.
Clever guy,
That was all I had.
right? It's Breaker's turn. Breaker is going to like, man, well, I gotta try. I gotta really try to get this guy. So
Oh, hey Breaker, hey Breaker. Before you
what?
go,
What?
he just injected him with sodium pentothal. For you, so you might not know what that is. That's truth serum.
Let me mansplain something to you right quick.
It's been a little while. Uh, Also, it will work faster. You can get his heart rate up and get it moving through his body faster. So I just want you to know why you would be hitting him would be advantageous to us right now.
You done?
For the moment, yeah.
So he jumps across the room with a double hand smash. Oh, he hits him, but it's not a fantastic success this time.
Good.
Um, he does 7 points of damage.
Useless.
Then he says, "Do you know anything about Cyclops?"
Huh.
Paladin looks at him and he says, "I've had some interactions with mutants, but that's probably one of the things that I'm least knowledgeable about. I don't know anything more about Cyclops than what any normal human would know,
You're not a normal human.
except for his abilities." All right, henchman, it's on you.
Okay. Can I look at him and gauge whether the drugs have started to take effect?
Well, it's been, I mean, I'm going to say that time flows a little bit differently in this type of battle, but
No,
it's
I'm just
still
saying, is he
still could be more.
sweating?
It's,
Does it seem?
he looks worse for wear than he was before. Like I don't know if you noticed, but he's been answering the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
few
That's what I'm
days.
saying. I'm trying to gauge how reluctant he is to answer, whether it's the drugs or him answering willingly. But what I will say is, since I don't think I have to use this water over here, I turned the water off. Squeak, 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 squeak.
They got portal doors, but they don't have proper
Proper faucets, right? Old school
Those
1700
kind of
faucets.
sound effects.
Okay. It seems like to me that this organization you all have, the 10 of you, or however many more there are, maybe possibly, don't have very much in common looking at you all together. What would be the goal? No, no. What would you do after? What are we to do after we succeed with this uniting of forces, of people, of talents? What do we do after? What's after this?
He looks you dead in the eyes. Whatever we want.
I look over Victoria's hand and I say, I've got two answers out of it.
And she looks at you and says, so?
I'm keeping track here of answers. You said get as much information out of him as possible. Right? That's the point of this drill, this exercise.
Not necessarily.
That's how it started.
That's how it started before he got his nuts blown off, but still.
She says, as she walks over and starts to loose the bindings, she says, one of the things that you get out of him was that everybody has a different score, a different way of scoring.
Yes, I know.
So,
That's the questions I asked, wasn't it?
so maybe you scored high with some and less with others.
Can we replace his draws? You don't need to walk around with an easy access hatch in front of us now that the exercise is over.
How
Hey,
is
Remedy, can you fix his drawers? Can you heal his
walking
drawers?
to get his clothes and put them on? He's not enjoying it. I'm sure he's enjoyed this time a little bit less than you have. So Victoria says, okay, well, that announces that's going to be the end of this test. There are two more tests
Two more
before.
tests before we
Would
go on
that
an
be
assignment.
would that be the written portion? Or is that the swimsuit portion of the contest here?
Pretty much.
Well, why don't you walk into that room, into the next room to find out? And so at the behind them, there's a door. Um, it lights up in red, and you now have access to it, so you can walk through it.
I go through the door.
And as you guys are walking through the door, you hear Breaker say to Henchman, "I don't even see how you think you did the best. I did the best. Breaker, I did the most damage to him without knocking him out. I did the best." And then he
Breaker,
shuts up and walks to the door.
Breaker. I know you like to break things, and listening might not be your strong suit. But inflicting pain was not the main goal of this test they put us through. It was part of it, pretty fun part, even though I didn't get to engage, but that wasn't the point.
He doesn't say anything.
As he should.
Anybody else got anything to say as they walk through the door?
Nope.
Nope, not at all.
So as you guys walk into the door,
Negative.
see that you've entered a massive room. Very massive room. And it's kind of like you're kind of like the bottom of like a hilly area.
Oh, who area?
Not even a hilly area.
Oh,
It's
Hilly.
like a big
Okay.
field that you guys are at the bottom of. So you
Oh, by the
can't
way,
see.
my clone came with me, so it's still out.
Okay, your clone is with you for now. And uh you look around the room and you see that there's like a big hill, so it's slanted. You can't really see the contents of the room or what you're supposed to be doing. Um, Victoria walks behind you and she smacks your clone and knocks it out. It disappears.
Hold on, she got a roll for that.
No, she doesn't. She backhands your clone and knocks him out.
You know, my clone has my defense.
She says, "This is a new test. Everybody starts fresh." And she says, "The goal of this test is to see who hits the three targets in the room the fastest. It's a race."
Can I use my reaction to take the hit for the clone?
No, that happened in the story.
Okay.
Calm your behind down. Whoever hits the three targets or whoever causes someone else to hit the targets, they win. Pretty
When does it
straightforward.
start?
What was that?
When does it start?
Can I tell you what's going on?
Okay, finish.
Whoever. So the goal is to hit the targets or to cause somebody else to hit the target by your actions. So once you hit all three, you can leave the room. You are also allowed to use teamwork to help somebody else succeed as well. Any questions?
What's the
Nope.
targets?
You got to find them.
You said hit the targets,
Yes, you have to hit the targets. They're in the room.
but we can't see the targets.
No, because you're at the bottom of a hill.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you can't see where everything is. It's a very big room.
Is
Gotcha.
it when you say hill, are we talking like dirt mound type hill?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll find out how this goes next session then.
Okay. Closing it out, Vern.
That's it. So that's the end of this session. Um, thanks everybody for joining us for Benefactors Part 2. Part 3 coming up soon.
All right.